Welcome to One-on-One, New York's longest-running sports call-in show. I am Kurt Sippel, today leading the charge with Max Spitza and Griffin Stevenson on New York's longest-running sports call-in show. I haven't been an A-host on this show in so long. I'm usually I'm in that chair. Usually, Max.
I mean, you were behind the board last week, and you were active behind the board.
I was
you
just
were running around. He did a little note pass at one point as well.
I did do a note pass. Had to do a reading.
You were active last week for sure.
Very active. Had to be active. I mean, you had to be an active producer.
Can't hit a moving target.
No, exactly. Well, before we start going through this show, breaking down what we're going to talk about for the entire day, we're here from 11 to 2. If you want to call in, join us, please, because sometimes hearing our own voices gets a little boring. I'm getting a no from our producer back there, Brendan Shorey, but he can answer phone calls. So 718-817-2750. That's 718-817-2750. If you ever want to join the show, because sometimes I get tired of Griffin Stevenson's voice. Sorry, Griffin.
Well, it's great because we're gonna have a good one because it's general NFL and we got to talk about the Oregon Ducks. So we're in for a treat today.
But yeah, how are you guys doing today? I think I've been kind of impolite. I haven't asked you.
No, I mean, doing great. I know last week I talked all about the weather being fantastic and how I was gonna jinx it, but the weather's fantastic, and I'm probably going to jinx it, and I'm knocking on wood now, but, I mean, it's hard to be in a bad mood when you have postseason baseball, great weather.
And you're shooting 85s at Van Cortlandt Park.
Yeah, 86 and 88. I mean, if you're still talking about the Ryder Cup, I'm basically the only guy who can talk about it. And
He's John Rahm.
Yeah. I am John Rahm. So.
I am John Rahm. Griffin?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited to be back on. I do make, with help of the lovely sports manager, Joe Henry, I do choose who gets to go on these crews, and I was very excited when I was building it. Yeah, selecting
the puppet master.
Yeah, exactly.
He's casting the strings.
No, but honestly, having a good week, except for everyone in the NFL just died this week. That's unfortunate. It does happen. I always forget that I feel like week 1 and week 2 are always that bliss zone, and then I do remember that by week 3 and week 4. Everyone does just get hurt. It happens every year.
The turf, hard hits.
The turf.
The turf. It's always the turf.
Just the turf.
Honestly, how have we not made something you can inject into athletes and just how do we not have bulletproof knees on all of our athletes yet?
I think there is something, and it actually gets a lot of people suspended, and has kept Barry Bonds out of the Hall of Fame. So. There is definitely something.
We need to find out. Listen, you know what? Maybe we could ask our video producer, Ari. We need to find out whatever they're putting in, Megan Thee Stallion and those people's knees, because those guys are the ones that know the routine for how to just keep the strongest knees of all time. Have you seen them dance, bro?
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors would probably have both knees cooked if he was doing those moves.
If he was doing those moves?
Yeah.
I mean, he was at an NBA YoungBoy concert the day after his the night of.
Yeah, people were
his ACL tear. So I think he was still dancing.
People were cooking him for that, but
yeah,
Kurt, you don't understand. He's from Louisiana and he played at LSU. NBA YoungBoy is basically God
concert.
to them. That's a very understandable.
I get it.
Did he do it before even getting the surgery?
Probably. I mean, you don't get the surgery in 2 seconds.
I don't think he got injured. Was got to get the surgery right now.
All right.
There's no other option.
All right. So I'll take the surgery to go at the YoungBoy concert.
Yeah.
Don't knock me out. Just numb my leg.
Just numb my
leg.
Getting surgery at the YoungBoy concert.
I mean, my 64-year-old dad has torn his ACL 5 times, and he recovers in only 3 months.
I think
how is that happening?
Regular people tearing their ACL is hilarious. It's
like mowing the lawn.
No. He likes pickleball a lot. He liked to do some wakeboarding back in the day. The only thing is he plays pickleball like he's 25 years old, so he's moving around the court. I mean, he destroys
65
me.
isn't 25.
Regular people tearing ligaments on video is is my favorite thing to watch.
He does this. He wakes up, he goes on a 20-mile bike ride, goes
20
to work.
miles?
At night, he goes on a 10-mile hike, and then he goes and plays pickleball. He's like, I don't know how I've torn my ACL again. I was like, maybe you should have worn 2 knee braces instead of 1.
Yeah,
that would have been helpful. But
maybe you
can't put 30 miles on your 64-year-old knees.
Yeah,
and then go play pickleball like you're 25 years old.
Exactly. It's always the videos of like some like random like 60-year-old unk decides he's gonna run like a 40-yard dash in the street, and then he just like literally every ligament in his leg, he literally blows a tire. Like he pops it.
That honestly just sounds like me. Like I feel like if I tried to run a 40-yard dash right now, I would also tear something.
Everything's gone.
Yeah, that's
Everything's
me.
gone.
I get off the couch watching Red Zone and like pull something, and I'm like, oh, this Achilles is due.
I couldn't walk all week because I decided to play 2 hours worth of like small field soccer, like small goal, just pick up soccer, 3v3. We're running maybe 20 feet at a time. I couldn't get out of bed the next day. Almost had to call in and not go to class because I was so sore. I limped to class.
You hear the muscles. You hear the muscles tweaking a
no,
little
like
bit.
when you move the leg and it tweaks, and I'm like, I'm only 22 years old. That's probably an issue.
It's probably
my roommate pulled his
probably
groin
stretch,
passing a soccer ball on Eddie's this week.
It happens.
We are so unk. We are so cooked. It
Everyone's
is actually
unk.
so over. My body. But what's even scarier is to think about like how my body will feel in like not even 50 years down the line, just like 10 years down the line. I'm gonna
2
be
years down the line.
2 years down the line when I have to roll out of bed.
with this level.
Actually roll.
Yeah, I need like. Can we start getting like Toradol shots, like just injected in, like just.
He's gonna find a way.
What was that movie where they all become like you become like a better version of yourself? It was like some
Space Jam?
No, it was like yes, an A24 movie about like famous people getting like this like.
With
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the famous.
I'm not gonna Google it, but
no,
you know what I'm talking
and
about.
I'm gonna think of it, and it's gonna make me mad. And she keeps the old woman like
Yeah,
in
yeah.
like
You become like a better version of yourself.
like
Soon
a
enough,
younger
that's gonna
version.
happen.
The substance.
Yeah, we're gonna get the substance.
Yeah.
Soon
I have
enough.
no idea what you guys are talking about. When you said that at first, I was thinking Red Woman, Game of Thrones, but
No. Well, since this show, we're already off to a good start, guys. We're already off to a good start, ladies and
Kurt,
gentlemen.
I have one funny intro topic. Have you guys seen Hater Central on Twitter?
I don't think so.
He's known for his basketball Twitter account.
Oh wait, I
He
think
recently
I do know who
changed
this
to
is.
soccer because the basketball season wasn't going on. He has revolutionized the hate tweet.
Yes, I know haters.
Let me. No scandals, no drama, no pace, no touch, just ball repellent Timberlands and hair flicks. He's really cooking his like. This is just he just comes up with like the funniest nicknames for players. Like in.
was he called Darwin Nunez?
Yeah. Oh, honestly, I think
have a
Darwin
great
Nunez is so
nickname
like
for Darwin.
he calls Isak
Darwizzy.
like
Darwin Nunez.
the Newcastle-
Darwizzy.
the Newcastle.
It's a good one.
The Newcastle striker Isak. He calls him Sir Isak Newton.
That's actually
He calls in soccer you can do. They have this thing because like this one graphic was like 007, 0 goals, 0 like assists in 7 games. They did it for like Jadon Sancho. So now it's like the meme is everyone's gonna get 007. Verts, you would know a lot about Verts. Lil Uzi Verts X 007 Tour Life out now.
If you saw the guy too, you'd be like, he doesn't deserve that name.
One of them
Florian
he
Wirtz.
gives like
It's
he
nowhere
gives like
close.
he
Not
gives
gonna have any idea.
he
what's
gives the
going on.
craziest names for like all these players, but then the worst one I saw was yesterday. He just tweets out whoever this is, and then puts their stats. He didn't even take the time to like list.
Why
it.
learn his name?
We need a
Doesn't matter to me.
Basketball season's almost there. I mean,
Yeah.
Hater Central's coming back.
We need
in.
it for football because I'm tired of just seeing lazy Drewski face swaps on my players. I need some like real hatred.
That's not lazy. That's not lazy.
It's just
not
not
lazy.
creative. It's just not innovative.
No, it's not innovative, but you know. All right, to run through this show just a little quick. AL Wildcard, we're going to break down all of baseball for the first hour of the show. You're going to be with us talking baseball for pretty much a lot of this show because a lot of playoff ball happening. Got Max and the Brewers hoodie. I mean, they're
Go
not probably
Brew
going to
Crew.
win anything, but, you know, happens. Hey, man, Craig Counsell's coming in and going to...
I mean, they'll win more than the Mets did this postseason.
All right.
Yeah,
we're
I just got a text from Lindor. He's really enjoying his pina colada.
He might
at
be.
the
He
resort.
might be liking his pina colada a lot. I mean, Soto seems like a pina colada kind of guy.
I guarantee you Soto splits the check when they go out to eat. He
know
just
what?
seems like a stingy guy.
You know what? You know what?
See,
they do,
the thing is, it
they
makes
do,
sense. Kurt can't argue against it.
they do. They don't do splitting the check. They do individual orders. So it's not like 3 ways. They don't like 3-way it. They do.
Yeah, they
like,
use 8 different cards.
they
to
do
pay
like
for it.
Yeah.
they're like all right. You ordered the salmon and you had 2 beers. All
Yeah.
right, you're gonna pay this much. And Soto's doing that math.
You had half the appetizer, so you're going to pay half.
You're going to pay half the amount there.
I only had 2 bites of the appetizer, so I'm only having 2%.
I'm not even paying for those appetizers. I
Pete,
didn't even look at the appetizer.
Pete Alonso, dude, we all know you ordered the wings, bro.
You ordered
Why
the
are they
wings,
not
why are
on
you
your
paying for
card?
it?
I'm going to free agency. I'm leaving.
But then we're going to break down college football. I will be stepping out. Brendan Shorey behind the boards. He will be stepping in for college football. Then we're breaking down NFL. We got Giants, Jets, general NFL. We have Griffin probably talking about the Seahawks for
I think
I'll
be more. I'm not going to take over that segment. I think I'm going to be pretty bullish about the Oregon Ducks, but I think I have a right to be
bullish about
the No, I think I have a right to be bullish about the Ducks. If anything,
all right. I can give it to you.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some cool NFL talk. I think we're gonna talk about ties in the NFL. I got that topic from Brendan Shorey earlier in the day. I think that was a pretty interesting one, especially with the overtime rules being changed. How do we still have ties in the NFL? It doesn't really make much sense. We have a special guest coming with us in the AL wild card segment next up. He is a WFUV alumni, and that's where I'll leave it. But till that point, we are going to go to break, and then we will have the call-in from this WFUV alumni, and we will be right back with New York's longest-running sports call-in show, One-on-One.
What's up, everyone? I'm Chris Carino.
I'm Brendan Shorey.
And I'm Tucker Austin.
Your Fordham football broadcasters for the 2025 season.
Join us every Saturday on 90.7 FM and on WFUV Sports YouTube page for live radio broadcasts of every Fordham football game as the Rams continue their quest to their first Patriot League title since 2014.
With a new look offense and veteran leaders on defense, you won't want to miss this. Fordham football, every weekend on WFUV Sports.
Welcome back to WFUV's longest-running sports call-in show, New York's longest-running sports call-in show, One-on-One. And if you would like to call in to New York's longest-running sports call-in show, 718-817-2750. That's 718-817-2750. Right now, we're going to break down the American League wild card. The New York Yankees, I wouldn't say dominated this series, and I didn't really love what I saw from them the entire time, but they were pretty good. And when you have the guy on the mound that you did, in Cam, going 12 strikeouts, just kind of an incredible outing for him. No one's ever done that more in history of baseball. It really just shows how good he has been and how the Yankees somehow find prospects out of the woodwork all of the time.
You know what, Kurt? I just want to say I'm proud of you. That must have been very hard for you to say. You know, we can acknowledge that as a Mets fan. It took a lot of strength coming on here.
Thank you, Griffin.
That.
Thank you, Griffin.
I'm just so proud of you, Kurt.
Thank you.
Anyway, the Yankees are clearly going to the World Series. No, I'll reel it in. Genuinely, let's talk about that series. It was kind of a tale, I feel like, of two separate. Like, I felt like at some points I was watching two separate people manage the Yankees almost. Like, I think from game 1 to games 2 and 3, I think Boone kind of got scared straight by taking off
Scared
Max Fried, and it came down to what I think most people have been saying about the Yankees, which is that their bullpen's not that good, and their defense has been very shaky. They were really solid defensively all series. Their one error was an error on a ball that would have been a foul ball. They had some. I mean, that McMahon catch was crazy.
I still can't believe he caught that ball. I was watching that game and I was like, how does this even
We should
happen?
recreate it right now.
Should we do it right now? Run over the table.
It's going straight through the table.
Let's do it now.
Also, the bullpen, for the most part, was great. Besides, obviously, Weaver.
Luke Weaver, Goat Weaver.
Yeah.
Goat Weaver, that's what they call him.
Goat Weaver?
Goat Weaver.
But
That's what they
Bednar,
say.
That's what they're talking about.
Bednar and Cruz. Cruz had me fired up.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know how I feel about Fernando Cruz's antics with the whole, like, anytime he does anything, he has to, like,
I mean, we were talking about this a little bit before the show. Like, baseball is just such a roller coaster game if you let it be,
Yeah.
right? Like, and other sports that works, like, it's fine, right? Because it's like, let's say football, right? If you're going up and down, you're still going to spend half the game on the sideline being able to, like, get back in the zone. But as a pitcher especially, I think it's one of the most important things, and I think that's why Cam did so well, is that he stays very he's going
level-headed
up. He's
the
level.
entire
Yeah,
time.
he's level-headed. Maybe he gets out of a big moment and he'll show a little energy, but I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to pitching in the major leagues, and I think you're starting to see this all the way from, like U8, 8U all the way up through
8U.
college, high school, the minors, the MLB. Is you're seeing these pitchers who really want to show like that they're excited and that their energy's up. The only thing is, once you start riding this up and down, you're in a rough spot.
Well, that's, I think, why he was so good during this entirety of the game that he played in Game 3, was because he didn't really have to be up and down very much.
He didn't give them any energy to feed off of. He didn't give the Red Sox any energy to feed off of.
Well, now joining us is Emmanuel Babari, who has been on the Yankees broadcast team for WFAN for 3 years, hosting the Yankees pre- and post-game show, as well as play-by-play and color for the Pinstripes, and a WFUV alumni of class of 2021. Emmanuel, welcome to the show.
Guys, thanks for having me. Great to be with you.
Great to have you, Emmanuel. And I just wanted to ask you, starting off, what are the vibes like right now in Yankee Stadium?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, if you were in that building the other night watching Cam Schlittler do what he did, sort of a breathtaking performance, right? And not just for a rookie, but for any pitcher on that stage. I think we're all hopefully going to live a long time and live to talk about that. It's one of those performances that sits top of your mind. And in a best of three, there's naturally some tension, especially when you fall behind 1-0. But the Yankees getting through that series, I don't think the vibe could be higher entering the Toronto series.
Hi, Emmanuel. This is Griffin. I just want to ask you, kind of looking at Toronto, obviously, I think the elephant in the room is that the Yankees have very much struggled against the Blue Jays, particularly on the road. And now the tricky thing with these best-of-5 series is you play the first 2 games on the road now if you're the Yankees, and if you let those 2 games get away, it's going to be really hard to claw yourself back. What do you think the Yankees need to do in Toronto in order to be successful in this series?
I think they have to hit the ball out of the ballpark. You look at the Yankees' middle of the lineup, Judge and Stanton have always mashed at Rogers Center. They love playing in that ballpark. The sight lines north of the border, something about Rogers Center they've always loved. And the Yankees just won a series against Boston where they manufactured runs were at a premium. They didn't really hit the way they're capable of. And that's fine. You got to win in a variety of different ways in the postseason. But this Yankee team is a historic power-hitting team. If they're to come back to the stadium next week and it's a 1-1 series or the Yankees are up 2-0, dare I say, we'll be talking about the power and the boppers in the middle of the order doing their thing.
Well, Emmanuel, I wanted to ask you this, was just, how do you feel about Luis Gil going out in Game 1 against the Blue Jays, especially after a shortened season that he had? He was still very good this season, but Rookie of the Year, and then he had a fall off. Just how is that going to go out on him in the Rogers Center? He has experience for starting a road playoff game.
I think you mentioned it. The experience starting a road playoff game is why the Yankees are comfortable with him in this spot. add in the fact that Will Warren had his ups and downs, mostly a really strong growth year for Will Warren, and the Yankees love his stuff. But one of his 3 first-inning nightmares was at Rogers Center. It was in Toronto. So I just don't think putting him in his first big league game, a Game 1 scenario in Toronto on the road would have been the right scenario for Will Warren. He will factor in a big-time way out of the bullpen in this series, I believe. But Luis Seal, with the experience from last year, a little erratic at times this year, but when he's in the zone, he hasn't been hit. You know, he may not know where it's going at times, but his stuff in the zone has been essentially unhittable. So if he can limit them and give you a strong 5 or 6, he did that earlier last month against Toronto, gave you 6 strong. Yankees will sign on the dotted line for that right now. So a few factors were tilting in Luis Seal's favor, and the pedigree you mentioned from last year.
Hey, it's Max here, and earlier you were talking about what the Yankees needed to do in order to win, which was the big ball, the big hits. What do you think is something they need to avoid, though? So looking at the Blue Jays, who, like Griffin previously mentioned, have dominated the Yankees this year, what do you think is something that Yankee fans kind of need to worry about going into this series?
All right, so if we all close our eyes and flash back to the nightmares in Toronto in the middle of the regular season before this Yankee team got ripe and right and healthy and rolling down the stretch, the left side of the infield was a disaster in those series, just in particular. Not the entire year, but think back to those series and struggles in Toronto. The balls that Volpe couldn't handle, and when he was in the hole and making some ill-advised throws, and some of the ground balls to third when the Yankees did not have Ryan McMahon as their almost everyday third baseman. Now the left side of the infield, since Ryan McMahon has been here, it's stabilized, and it's alleviated a lot of pressure from Anthony Volpe, and it's allowed him to do his thing and get right down the stretch. So the Blue Jays pride themselves, outside of Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who does hit the ball out of the park, but not as much as maybe you think from Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Alejandro Kirk, George Springer. Outside of those guys, and there's no Bo Bichette in this series, who was almost a batting champ before Aaron Judge ran away with that. Outside of those guys, these are slap hitters in the Blue Jays lineup, and they want to apply pressure and make you make the mistake. They were able to make the Yankees make the mistake in the middle of the season. I don't think that's the same Yankee team now, but if the Yankees were to have problems, that's what would happen. It would be fundamental issues, and I just don't think the Yankees have been that same team headed down the stretch when they got hot.
Flashing back to this Boston series that just happened, I'm curious to get your take on kind of one player who you were very impressed by in the lineup. So obviously Schiller played amazing, but in that 9-man lineup, and then someone who maybe needs to turn things on a little bit for the playoffs.
You know, Anthony Volpe, I was so impressed with in this series, and maybe it's something to him being a big game player and a gamer who comes through in these situations and knows his role, and he's not trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. He's staying within himself, going to right center field, playing a solid shortstop. This is the Anthony Volpe the Yankees are high on, this version. So I was very impressed with him once again on a big stage like we all were last year. One guy I could see a little more from in this series is Jazz Chisholm, because he still found a way. You know what the athlete he is. He can impact the game. He can make a sensational play at second base. He could stop that Yoshida ball from going to the outfield in Game 2. He can turn that double play and get Carlos Rodon out of an inning on Alex Bregman. He can still impact the game, but we didn't see the flair and the moxie of Jazz Chisholm offensively with hitting the ball out of the ballpark or, you know, getting on base and stealing you a couple of bases. That all can happen in this series. I've always viewed him as the X factor to a Yankee playoff lineup. So maybe we see a little bit more from him, Volpe's double play tandem in this series. But Volpe, I was thoroughly impressed with.
Well, Emmanuel, I also wanted to ask you about how you thought, talking about Jazz Chisholm also making the decision Aaron Boone made about not playing these guys in the lineup in Game 1. How did you feel about Aaron Boone's managerial decisions in this postseason? I know a lot of Yankee fans are very up in the air about Aaron Boone all the time, but just as a person that breaks down this team all the time, what did you think of Aaron Boone's managing in this series?
So I thought game 1 there were a lot of pile-on second guesses where we were looking after the fact, oh, should this guy have started? Should that guy have started? And that was on top of the fact that Max Fried was out there in the 7th inning, and people wondered, naturally, could he have gotten an extra batter or two? But that was the primary decision in question in Game 1, a game where, mind you, the Yankees scored 1 run, so it's awfully tough to win that game. But the pile-on second guessing, Jazz against lefties already, the numbers wouldn't favor him. But you start him against an average lefty. Garrett Crochet isn't any lefty. So the Yankees were really trying to play the matchups and maximize their chances of winning that game. After the second guessing of Game 1, I'd be hard-pressed to find any move that Aaron Boone made in Game 2 or Game 3 that wasn't right on the money. You think about a perfect example of this was not only letting Cam Schlittler go 8, but he puts Ryan McMahon in the game for defense in the 8th inning, and there he is flipping over the railing and making an epic play. So I think every button Boone pushed in Games 2 and 3, after some second guessing in Game 1, it was pretty perfect.
Well, I also wanted to ask you about Cam Schlittler's debut game, where he broke out, not debut, but he broke out in the playoffs the way he did. Is this able to be replicated in another way in a higher leverage series like the DS or maybe the ALCS?
100%, and I think it's going to be interesting. This series likely starts a Game 4 at home, if necessary. He got hit around by this Toronto team, and that was his first dud, right? He'd had a couple where he'd allowed 3 runs or 2 runs and grinded through an outing. That was the first time he was out by second inning. So Schlittler has that top of mind. We know he's a chip-on-the-shoulder type of guy. We know how personal he took that start against the Red Sox, as he so aptly put it. I'd be curious, with that top of mind, facing this Toronto team in his second playoff start, off the highs of sending Boston home and one of the all-time playoff starts we'll remember for a long time. I think he's equipped to handle it, as Aaron Boone would say, but we'll see. Time will tell. This is a get-right start for Schlittler against Toronto, just like it's a get-right series for the Yankees against Toronto.
Well, Emmanuel, before we let you go, I just wanted to ask you one and final question. You have been doing this for WFAN. You've been covering the Yankees, doing the pre- and post-game show, doing some play-by-play and some color for them. How has it felt like doing this for your career right now and coming out of FUV? I know a lot of us see what you're doing and look up to you. And how has that felt just doing that for the last 3 seasons?
Oh, I appreciate that, guys. It's been incredible, and it was awesome filling in on that playoff game in Susan Seat, Game 2, and it allows you sometimes when you're chipping in wherever you can in that role during breaks or little lulls in action, even though there are very little in the postseason, to look around and appreciate your surroundings. There are 49,000 people here. It's Yankees, Red Sox. It's the postseason. This is Yankee Stadium, and you look around and you appreciate the environment that you're a small part of. So that was an encapsulation of, I guess, the appreciation of the spot and the opportunity. So I appreciate that, and yeah, none of it happens without WFUV.
Well, thank you so much, Emmanuel, for joining us, and we can't wait to hopefully hear you some more on that play-by-play and color side for the Yankees this season before the season ends. Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me. Keep up the great work, guys.
Thank you. Well, that was Emmanuel Babari, WFAN pre- and post-game host for the Yankees during the postseason, all the regular season, fills in for play-by-play and color, as well as a great WFUV alumni that we are able to show off a lot of the time how great our alumni are. So, yeah, I mean, I think he broke down that series pretty perfectly, and as well as what the Yankees are looking forward to. But we can break down this next series that we can talk about just a little bit more, because I think we talked about the Yankees enough for now, and we can talk about the Yankees later when we have our general MLB and break down this series against the Blue Jays. But Tigers-Guardians, playing guards ball. I think the Tigers kind of came into this series both floundering. The Guardians kind of give up everything in the offseason, in the trade deadline, and they still figure out a way to win a game against the Tigers. I was kind of all over the place when it came to this series. I didn't really think about, I'm going to be honest, it was kind of a boring wild card. I don't think I was really.
They
everyone was very
were
locked
playing the
into it.
afternoon games.
The 1
which is
o'clock
very
Tweets are
games.
saying it's the
difficult.
most 1 o'clock first pitch of all time.
And it was just like, I feel like that also doesn't help. I mean, no one was, besides people probably in the Midwest, were really locked into that series.
Yeah.
I mean, people are working their day jobs, and I
You're
don't
listening
think
to
they're.
you're looking at it on the laptop when you're.
Yeah, you peek by it every once in a while. Maybe you pull it up during a little break, but it was, especially, I mean, everyone else was focused on the big series, right? The Yankees and the Red Sox, the the Cubs and the Padres and even the Dodgers Reds. I mean, those games were done by the third inning each game, but like you're not really looking at that series, and I don't think it's their fault necessarily. I just think it's a rough time to have it at. I mean, 1 o'clock our time, was that what it was, or 2 o'clock?
12 o'clock.
Yeah,
12 o'clock, which is it's 9 o'clock
First
on the
pitch.
West Coast.
Yeah. Also, can I just say
Who's
that?
watching 9 o'clock baseball?
Yeah.
when
Regardless
you're
of
getting
the,
to work.
You're not
like,
watching
you're
9 o'clock baseball?
Unless it's
yeah.
Spurs. Yeah.
Regardless of like even just let's say like the size of the fan base or just like kind of the regional impact. On paper, this matchup wasn't one that like reeked of excitement, right? Because it's like, okay, the best pitcher in baseball is going up against a team that's known for playing like insanely, dare I say, lucky, like small ball.
I don't know if I would call it lucky small ball. I think the Guardians are built in a way this season because I don't think they were built to win. They're not built to win. But
No.
they have their worst hitting season in their entire franchise history, and I'm pretty sure the Guardians have been around since baseball has been around.
Yeah, I mean the Tigers.
So
The Tigers like dangled a cookie in front of their face and then just took by like choking the division and then
but
beating
imagine
them in the wild card.
imagine if the Guardians went on to go play the Mariners. How boring and a snooze fest that series could have been.
I still think that the Tigers series is
More of a snooze fest than if the Guardians went to go play
it's
the
still
Tigers.
gonna be. I still think it's gonna be a snooze fest. I mean, but the
I mean-
Mariners. I think the Mariners had the best starting rotation that baseball's ever seen. So
They do, but I'm saying when Screwball pitches, it's still appointment television a lot of the time.
yeah, but you're gonna have the Mariners going so their roster is so deep for a 5-man series that they're gonna be able to use Kirby out of like the pen. That's how good that when Kirby's your fourth best pitcher.
I don't disagree that they're really good, but again, like the Guardians are so bad. Imagine watching Guardians baseball at, I think they have the 4 o'clock game.
Yeah, it
watching
got pushed
Guards
back.
ball against the Mariners. They would have to air that at 9 a.m.
Well, no, they pushed it back because the Seahawks game actually because they share the Mariners game is now later in the day. The Mariners Tigers is later.
Tomorrow is?
No,
It is,
yeah,
or-
tomorrow it's later in the day because unfortunately, Lumen Field and
they're right.
T-Mobile
they're
they
right
share
next-
a parking
they're
lot.
right
Like
there.
yeah, if you've been to a Seahawks game, you literally walk right next to like when you're walking from
It's
your
pretty
car.
sick though. Not
You
gonna
walk. No,
lie.
it's
You can
great.
see it if you're
Yeah.
at like the right spot in the Mariners Stadium. You can see the other.
You also
you can see Seahawks.
You
Very
also
cool.
if you're not a fan or if you don't have tickets to the game, sometimes what they'll do is like they'll have people in T-Mobile Park and they'll put like the Seahawks game on the board and you can go and watch
You
it.
get to
in there.
watch big TV.
Also, I know the Mariners. They don't take batting practice on Sundays. Obviously, they will for like this. But if you're showing up early to the game, you're not getting there on a Sunday to go watch batting practice at this point. So yeah, I could see them definitely probably putting up the Seahawks game if you show up to a Sunday game.
Yeah,
and you're
they're
like,
putting-
oh, all right.
You're watching.
They're putting some.
We showed up 3 hours early to this
Next
game
door.
to go get
I-
some baseballs.
yeah.
Oh, they're not taking BP. Okay,
I just
want to
say there's
That's cool.
a Seattle sports fan that's gonna have a day.
You're just
tomorrow.
sitting there.
Oh yeah,
Sitting there and watching it.
There's someone who's going
someone
to
bought
that
2
Seahawks.
tickets.
There's someone that's going to that Seahawks game.
Wait,
And
that's awesome.
yeah, and he's literally gonna.
It's like
He
what,
might
a 2-minute
stumble.
walk?
He might stumble from one arena to
gonna
the
stumble.
next after the game.
They're gonna stumble.
I mean, you got the. He's a stumble over. I mean, you got the. We're not talking about MLB, but we're not talking about NFL yet.
He's
But
gonna accidentally wear a Mariners
Yeah.
jersey to the Seahawks game.
Yeah.
Seahawks jersey to the Mariners game.
well, it's a. We'll talk about when we get to NFL, but it's a absolutely electric jersey matchup in that Seahawks game as well. It's the creamsicle and versus the vintage Seahawks throwbacks. It's an all-time jersey.
That
matchup.
actually is pretty cool.
It's an all-time. But back to the Let's talk about the Mariners because we agree that the Guardians are bad.
we
I
agree
think-
that the Guardians are bad at baseball, but also the Tigers. The
We
Tigers
agree that a team that
Yeah.
won their division,
sold,
made the postseason, is just bad. They're just a
Sold
bad
everything.
baseball
but
team.
they sold everything.
They're not as
bunt
good as
more
the
than
White
hit.
Sox, and that's just the facts.
They probably aren't. I don't know if they are.
I think they are.
I think White Sox.
I
keep it
think they're probably
competitive.
equal.
I think White Sox are on a Linsanity run for worst baseball team in a decade.
But also, like the Tigers, you can't flounder a 5.5, 15 and a half.
I think it was 14 and a half.
It might have been 14.
I think it's
I was
14.
either 15 or 14. You can't flounder a lead like that in the division. I think it was on Twitter. I saw someone retweeted it. It was like, oh no, we're only going to have a 14 or 13 game lead in the division when they lost to, I think it was, I don't remember what team it was that they lost to, but it was kind of funny. And it comes back to bite the Tigers because they don't win the division, and then they have to play the wild card
They
game.
went from battling with the Brewers for best record in the league for a couple months to then almost not even making the postseason.
Yeah, listen. They're good, but they're very much Scooble.
Well, they'll win the game Screwball pitches.
So they'll win game 1.
They'll win game. No,
Well,
no, he's
I
not
think
pitching game. He's not pitching game 1.
Sorry, they'll win game 2. But so then, it's Woo game 1. That's a Mariners.
Woo's not
step.
pitching almost at all.
I thought they brought him back.
Right now, what I was seeing was Brian Woo is not playing in there.
So who are they?
He is out. Yes.
Oh,
he is out.
They
Yes.
made him out. So who's starting? Is it Castillo? No, it's not.
It's their rookie is starting.
Yeah.
1 second.
I like him though. I like whenever he analyzes his.
It is Kirby game 1. Kirby game 1 confirmed. Yes. Kirby
Oh, so
game
they just
1.
completely are. They're swapping that.
This
They're
was
moving that rotation
completely
around.
wrong from what I read last night. Completely different. Completely different.
So then it's Scooble game 2 then.
I think it's Screwball game. Yeah, Screwball game 2. I think it is.
Yeah, it should be.
It has to be. You have to win game 2. You have to win at least one of the
Yeah.
games that he's pitching. I mean, that's probably the
You have
biggest
to win
issue.
one of the games at home.
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
was the issue with the Red Sox.
If you lose a game at home, like you're in a real. If you don't win at least one game at home, you're in a rough spot.
Oh, it's Castillo. Castillo's.
It is the
losing.
rookie on the. Yeah. I
It's-
know. Yeah.
It's Castillo. The Mariners are saying Castillo starting game 2. I think Castillo is. Honestly, I would rather have Castillo
But
start
this
game
is-
1. I think Kirby is. I think Kirby is a little better, like in a matchup against Scooble.
The biggest issue right now is you have to win the games where your best pitchers are pitching, and that was the biggest issue with the Red Sox had with Bayo pitching game 2 and then getting taken out really early, and then having to go to their bullpen that was completely depleted, and then relying on a rookie who did really well in the series, but still you had to rely on a rookie to come and win you a game. And that's exactly what I think is going to happen to the Tigers. We could talk about this a little more in the MLB General segment, but just you have to be able to win the games where your best pitcher's pitching, and they'll win those, but they don't have anyone else.
Well, because Scooble had 14 strikeouts.
He's that good.
He's insane. I remember
14
one time.
and 1 run, I'm pretty sure.
We don't promote gambling on this show, but I remember one time I just was like, oh, I'll throw in I'll just bet Scooble over 7.5 strikeouts, just for fun at the start of the game. Because I'm like,
Those
yeah,
odds had to
he's
be, like-
no, he's that good. He was like minus 150. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just like you got to see one go in every once in a while. You know, we want the ball and we're gonna score. But I checked back in the third inning. He had gotten that strikeout over in the third inning. He struck out the first
He's
9
that
batters
good.
he faced.
He is that good. But, that's the issue is when you're that good, you don't really have so many other starting pitchers that are going to be equal to that. And
They need to clone him.
think you can? Think they have the cloning technology yet?
No, but when the cloning technology comes out, the Tigers will be one of the first people.
What is the guy that you clone first for your favorite sports team?
Gray Zabel.
Who you cloning? I'm cloning Bruce Brown.
Like just all time or
All
just
time.
Like,
I'm
oh,
calling
oh,
Bruce
Oh,
Brown.
all time is way different.
Not all time. I'll give you now. Well, Bruce Brown's no longer on the Nets. I'm just saying in general.
That's why I said Gray. That's why I said Gray Zabel though, because interior guard, number 1 in the league.
all time would have been perfect because
What's all time?
I was gonna say Clay Matthews on the Packers, having that guy on both sides. Would
Oh,
be
I'm if it's
insane.
Unfair.
if it's all time,
Insane.
if it's all time, I'm cloning Cam Chancellor. Can you imagine playing against 11 Cam Chancellors?
I would.
11. I'm thinking 2 guys on the same team. I don't know if we're doing the entire.
Well, you can't put that's like Pandora's box, dude. You can't put it back. Once the cloning technology's there, we're going all in.
I would do Andrew Vaughn on the Brewers, King Vaughn.
King Vaughn. Just cloning all Jacob
We'll
DeGrom.
do all Jacob.
I'm just cloning Jacob.
But
DeGrom.
you could do something
Shohei
funny with the
Ohtani,
cloning.
clone him 9 times.
Otani playing every position in the field.
You could
Once
do
he gets tired on the mound, you just throw a different Ohtani on the mound.
Otani again.
you could do something.
We'll
like,
get into this, but
you could do something funny with the cloning.
You'd
though.
have to throw one Ohtani an inning because he can't throw more than an inning.
Oh, there's a joke in there.
There is a joke.
How many
And we're gonna
Ohtanis
get to
per
that
inning?
joke. We're
We-
gonna get
we
to
can-
that joke when we eventually talk about them.
We can get to that joke in the next segment.
There we go.
Yeah, that's good segues. Good segues.
Good
Okay, segue. I'll give myself some credit later on. Pat yourself on the back later. But we have one-on-one New York's longest-running sports call-in show, and it's Sippel, Spitza, and Stevenson.
Wow.
And we'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? It's Tucker Austin, one of WFUV Sports' New York Yankees beat reporters in 2025. Aaron Judge and company are hungry to return to the Fall Classic to avenge their defeat last season. Follow me on X at @T_Austin_24 for live game updates, video recaps, and more as the Bronx Bombers chase their 28th World Series championship. WFUV Sports is your home for everything New York Yankees.
Welcome back to One on One. If you want to ever call in on One on One, we get lonely here. I know Brendan back on the board. I don't know how much he wants call-ins, but we need call-ins. Come on. 718-817-2750. That's 718-817-2750. If you're listening to us on the radio right now at 11 p.m., I think it would be right now 11:42 p.m. if you're listening to us on the radio right now. That's pretty cool. I mean, don't call in because no one will be in the studio, but you can listen to our voices. I mean, that's pretty cool. Truck driver right now, driving through the tri-state area, listening to Max, Griffin, and Kurt break down the NL wild card. What else would you want to do with the Saturday?
Speaking of something that's a wild card, what do we think the over/under line is for how long it takes them to connect the tie line over there in Studio
for
2?
football?
Yeah.
If you want to tune in, NFL Fordham football against Lafayette, that game is on at 1 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Wait, what? 12:30. Sorry, I'm all over the place. 12:30. That will be on WFUV Sports YouTube Live alongside our 90.7 live broadcast. We'll have Tucker Austin and Chris Carino live at Lafayette. And you want to hear our wonderful crew in the back.
Yeah, we got Gabby studio hosting.
Yeah, we do.
It's a great crew.
It's a great crew back there. But, yeah, over-under on tie line getting connected to Lafayette. It's in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, but that Studio 2 board is always cursed.
Yeah, it is
for
cursed.
connecting
But
the Studio
we'll give-
Can we talk about Studio 2's aura for 1 second? It might be the most sinister aura of all time.
The people on the radio don't understand Studio 2 or Studio 3 at all.
For the context, Studio 1 is like the main one. If you're watching on YouTube, it's the one we're in where you got all the cameras and we're all at the table and around
this
table.
is Studio 3.
Or Studio 3, excuse me. Studio 2, though, is you're all kind of sitting at one desk next to each other with the production board at the same desk. And every time I've had a bad experience,
Max is giving me some sort of side eye here.
every time I've had a bad experience or seen someone go through a bad experience on the air, it's been in Studio 2.
I mean, it happens. I mean,
I was just looking at the cameras. Am I in the shot?
I think you should be in the frame. We adjusted.
Brendan, am I in the shot? Okay, cool. It just looks like it's pointed at. It just looks like I'm getting you're getting a different view of Kurt right now.
It's two angles.
Yeah,
it's
looks
three
like it's so
angles
at
of
you.
Kurt.
No, but I love that studio, especially when the producer has to sit there without headphones because there's not enough headphones.
My favorite
and
part
produce the entire podcast,
Yeah.
just sitting there like just doing it by ear,
My favorite with Studio 2 is when you have to tell somebody that they're going on, and you're waving your hands. Like that's it's a visual that no one will ever get because it's no video in Studio 2, but it's the waving your hands the producer does to tell people that their mics are going on. It's like, you're on.
We'll do it live.
We're going live now. But
We'll do it live.
That's me when I don't have my update prepped. We'll do it live.
But let's break down the NL wild card just a little bit. The Cubs beating the Padres in 3 games. The Padres are the most disappointing team in baseball.
Say that. You
yet
could say that. You
again.
could say that again, man. I'm going to San Diego on Thursday, and I was really looking forward to
Going to
going out
San
to the
Diego
bars
on
with my
Thursday?
friends that go to school in San Diego and watching the Padres game because the Padres have the best. I think
Well, now you can watch the Cubs
the
game.
Padres have the best fans in the MLB.
No, dude.
What?
I
Dude,
think they do.
I've met more people who are Padre fans who aren't actually even remotely close to being from San Diego.
But it's a
related
it's a
San
familia. It's a
Diego.
familia, dude.
Uniforms.
It's a familia.
No, they're
No,
not
my
like
cousin. Shout out to my cousin.
cousin.
And I just want to let them know that I'm not throwing shade because he is 6'7" and jacked. So let's not do that. We're not doing that again. But I'm like, I'm not throwing shade towards you. I'm not throwing shade towards you, Brandon. But he is a Padres fan because of Tatis. And most people I
Not
meet
anymore.
who are Padre
Not
fans
Two
anymore.
for 12
are
in the,
because
in the
of
series.
Tatis or someone like that. Padre fans just like they show up to the game and it's like I just got off from work. I'm at the game. This is cool. Like who's that guy playing third base right now? Like they don't. I feel
Fun
like
fact,
Padre fans just aren't very
Who's that Manny
I know
Machado guy?
multiple people that have been arrested at Padres Stadium.
No,
like
you don't.
exactly.
yeah, I do.
Multiple?
They're very strict about
Multiple and how many
About
people?
what?
3.
They're like, oh, if you're too much of a fan, we got to get you out
No,
of here.
we don't have to. We don't
All
have to get
right,
into- we don't have
all
to- we don't
right.
have to get
Stop
into it.
rooting too hard.
We don't have to get into it, but we all are acutely aware as college students what the legal drinking age is in this country, and we are all acutely aware of what college kids like to do when they go to baseball games. So
Watch baseball?
Watch baseball.
one time my friend got
Eat peanuts.
one time my friend got caught with a drink at the Ohio State football game. This is like a funny anecdote, but they put him in the Ohio State stadium like cell because there's a cell at the Ohio State stadium. But you know what I found really cute about it is there's like this little like 60s TV in there that has the game.
Things we all
Nice.
do, Brendan.
They have this like really old TV in the cell so he could still watch the game, and it's like on like it's moving at like 10 frames a second.
Yeah,
have
you're like
a-
having to adjust the antenna so
they
it
have
like
a-
catches it.
Cable box. You guys remember the cable
You're like,
boxes?
is that Jim Brown?
You guys remember the cable boxes with the card in it? That would make it work.
Yeah.
That's what they got in there with the box TV. You got a really big box TV in there.
Have to hit it a couple times.
Yeah.
for the
bang
frame to go
it, bang
back.
it to get it working again. But
Is that World War II broadcast updates right now on this TV?
It's like, what broadcast am I
You're watching
catching right now?
Ohio State scores a touchdown. They're like,
wait, this is black and white.
The
this
Allies-
is
the-
not right. This
the Allies
isn't
are making
correct.
far advancements in northern France right now.
This is not correct. But the Padres have made the playoffs 4 times in the last 6 years and have continued to miss the pennant yet again and again and again and again. And you cannot afford to pay this payroll of guys that they have for much longer. You build the best bullpen in baseball. You have Fernando Tatis. You have Manny Machado. And it never seems to work. Nothing seems to work when it comes to the Padres because they just don't ever look
No,
that
but they
good.
got Nestor Cortez, so like they're set.
I mean, for next
They're
season,
good.
maybe.
They're set.
No,
Next season?
Next
honestly,
season,
talk
they're
about a
set.
team that should be firing.
Nestor Cortez.
Talk about a team that should be firing hitting coaches. It's the Padres. Tatis and Machado cannot hit to their.
Is that the hitting coach? I never understand the blaming the hitting coach thing. These guys are all professionals for how many years
No,
at
but
this
the
point?
hitting coach is the guy that goes to Tatis, your star, because no one else wants to say it because you don't want to create friction.
Yeah,
He's
you're
the
like-
guy that goes and says, "Stop swinging at like."
Stop swinging at everything. But, like, how good did that work for Javi Baez? He still does it.
Yeah, but Javi Baez has gotten better though.
I watched
Javi
Javi
did
Baez
get
swing
better.
at. Like,
Javi
he
got
hit
way better,
He was trying to hit
actually.
a golf ball. Like, that's what it looked like. The ball was so far
Yeah,
in the dirt.
but he has shown that with good coaching and
He did
discipline,
get,
you
yeah,
can get better.
He did get much better this year. I feel like.
Tatis in game
He was like
3.
a fringe all-star.
Tatis in game
He
3
was.
goes 0 for
I was
4.
actually very happy to see him do well this year. Javi. Baez.
I'm like very on Javi Baez. I mean, his Mets stint was
Yeah.
a year,
It makes
and
sense.
you traded PCA for him. And I see you IFB and Brendan. Like, well, you don't have to rub it in. I know. I know. You have the best 5. Like, you have such a great collection of defense on this Cubs roster. PCA, Nico Horner, Ian Happ, Dansby Swanson at shortstop.
Davey Swanson was electric.
Why are you looking at me like that? You're giving me a stank face.
Because you're talking about the Cubs, and you're talking well on them.
But I can't disagree that the Cubs defense pretty much helped them win this entire series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it was
They-
their
The Cubs
defense
defense was
yeah.
the reason they won this series.
They made it close. They made it close though at the end. Padres loaded the bases, no outs in the top ninth, and then what
was
should
gonna
have been
break that
what
down.
should have, or excuse me, what should have they had runners on second and third. What should have been a walk to load the bases was Next year, it wouldn't have happened because they would have whipped out the challenge call.
Could you do the full box?
For context,
Yeah,
Max
that's
is
right, yeah.
Max is making hand signals about how low below the zone that pitch was. That
like
was
right there.
That's a call you just have to make.
I don't know how you missed that because it wasn't even framed well.
Hashtag we need the
He
clinker
didn't even
arms.
try and frame it. He caught it below the zone. Like I don't.
Hot take, Mike Schilt, the Padres manager. I think
didn't-
it's kind of woke that he didn't get thrown out.
I think it's kind of crazy that he didn't let Bogarts get thrown out. He protect Bogart. Bogarts was getting in his face. He's like, oh. I'm like, I'll be real with you. Like if he gets thrown out right now,
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen? to him
Seriously,
right
if
now?
that's me,
You're gonna lose
If that's me,
You're
I'm
gonna
running out
lose his
there.
offense.
If that's me, I'm running out there, and honestly, I'm probably clotheslining that umpire before he even knows what hits him. I'm coming
I mean,
out
I think-
right-hand corner. By God!
I think he was like, hey, for everyone who's listening, I don't know if everyone saw this, but the
Everyone who's
Padres
listening.
did try to fight the umpires after the game.
Yeah, has
I
anyone
actually
seen a
still
video of
believe-
XXX
went-
Tentacion getting punched on stage? That's what it would have been like if I was
Crazy
the
polls
manager.
today.
You guys don't know about when Rob.
I know what you're talking
You guys don't
about.
know about
We're talking
when
about
Rob
some
Stone
crazy
paid
polls.
Rob
XXX
Stone paid his best friend 2 Bitcoin to absolutely sock XXX.
But you
Tentacion in the face.
see all the Padres players. They're all sitting, as players do when they lose a postseason series. They're sitting on the dugout, all sad, right? Looking like Tatis is looking out, like how could we have lost this game?
I hope
Like
no one
even though
blames
he
me.
went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, or 3 strikeouts, but he's like sitting there all upset, and all of a sudden the umpires, which is crazy that they had to do this, are
that's
walking
like a
through.
don't-
This is
don't-
like
don't
the
go there.
worst. They're walking through the Padres dugout because that's how they get to their locker room, and all the guys who were 2 seconds before crying inside and trying not to like quit baseball altogether immediately see the umpires walking through and all just start going as quickly as they can to try
They
and
looked like they
argue
were
and
gonna,
fight
like,
with them.
They looked like they were about to kill them.
Even
like,
the
legitimately looked like they were about to
Padres
kill
head
them.
coach was like doing a little like half like protecting him, but also half like getting his piece in as well. And he was like going back and wait, no, and then he turned
He's
around
playing
like start
defense.
screaming at him like
They
right
got to
in their
adjust.
face.
They got to adjust that layout, or at
They-
least get the
they need to
Padres
change
off
that.
the.
I don't
Get the
think that's-
Padres off the field
I almost
first.
guarantee that's probably never happened. Like it's definitely happened, but
Well,
nothing
usually
like that
they
bad.
don't. I feel like usually they don't go through the
Well, my mind.
dugouts. They usually walk straight. There's usually a gate.
Oh, they go through the tunnel.
There's usually a gate right behind.
Yeah.
Do you know what
right
my mind
behind the
thinks
batters.
about
That's
when I
what
think
was
of that?
thinking about what the Mets do that.
Yeah.
They
A
have
similar occurrence is 2021 Giants check swing, also Game 3 of the wild card.
Yeah.
Also top of the or it was bottom of the ninth for them, I think. But
Yeah.
yeah, calls you have to make. It's why they're implementing the challenge.
Honestly, till
If you wanna
that
read
game,
about
I was 100% like, hey, I think that's a terrible rule. They're ruining baseball.
You're
and
like
then,
an unk
and
take
then
with
as
this?
soon as that call got made, I was like, all right, like 2 wouldn't be so bad. Like 2 challenges wouldn't
I
be
think
so
you
If
should.
you wanna
I
read
think
about the
challenges are
ABS
going to
system-
slow down.
because you also can't just rip it out. You know,
Well,
like
it's
Jazz, he might ruin a couple Yankee
Yeah,
games
but
by
you
just
also
being
get
like,
the
gonna-
challenge-
yeah, and it's gonna be like Jazz, that was right down the
Yeah,
middle. Like I don't,
Jazz, I know you're trying to save face here, but
Jazz, we
that
gotta
ball-
stop this.
You get your
That
challenge
ball-
back.
that ball was
If you're
good.
Yeah,
That ball is middle.
Strike.
if you're successful, you get your challenge back, and I feel like
Yo,
if
wait.
you're on a run, that's going to slow down a lot
think
of
about
baseball games.
think about how funny
Oh,
this
yeah.
is when someone challenges a ball, like challenges a down the middle strike, and they have to watch it on the jumbotron as the entire stadium watches it.
How do you go? How do you
Just the
go?
ball
How do you go
going
after that and
straight
be like,
through
all right,
the
I'm gonna
zone.
finish this at bat?
I
You're
think-
like, ooh,
I-
it was right down the
I think
middle.
I'm already calling it for next year. There's going to be a really funny at bat where, like, the umpire gets it wrong, like every pitch of the at bat, and it gets challenged every time and overturned. It's going to be like,
You only get it back once, though. It's not like you continue to get it back.
yeah, but
I think you
that's.
do you only get it back
I
once?
think you get it
I
back.
think you
the
get
whole
the
time.
2 back.
Is it like challenge? No, I think
It's like a challenge.
Oh, okay.
You get them back again.
So you get a total of 4
yeah, if you win.
if you win.
And then in the 10th inning, you get another one. If you want to read about this, in the Fordham Ram, Kurt Sippel wrote a really good article about it, I hear.
Shameless
I
self
hear.
promo.
Nah, it's
I
not
respect it.
shameless. It's full shit.
I re-
Not being shameless about it. It's a full self-promo here.
Shameful.
Shameful of promo. Well, since we broke down the Padres losing and disappointing again, and the Cubs on the I-95 on their way to the Brew Crew, I think we could talk a little bit about the Dodgers. Why are you looking
No,
at me?
no, no. I was just looking.
You're like gazing on, like looking at me when I'm talking about the Cubs.
Sorry, I'll look at
Dodgers
Griffin.
fans suck, dude.
I'm looking at Griffin now.
Can we just Dodgers
Dodgers-
fans suck?
Dodgers sweep the
I think
Reds.
Dodgers fans are definitely worse than Padres fans.
Also, Rob Lowe,
Oh,
you're a
no,
fraud.
Easily.
You're a fraud and a phony.
but
and
Will
fake.
Ferrell, definitely a Dodgers fan.
Yeah,
I mean,
Will
he's a
Ferrell's
diehard
just-
Kings fan too.
I
He
mean,
just dresses up like a. you
dare
ever
I
see,
say
like, he
Will
dresses
Ferrell's the
up as
guy?
Will Ferrell like dress up as like a clown or whatever, and he goes to games. He like
Have you guys ever seen his little quick hour-long like documentary? It was probably like 2017 when he did this. Maybe he does 9 games, or not 9 games. He does like 8 games of spring training, and he plays every position on the field.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and he
He-
like does that. Sorry, that was just a weird side note, but
No,
that
that's a
just
good. That's a good app. I remember
I
seeing
like
that.
watching that. And then he sings the national anthem at some point.
oh, that's
Flies
a,
in at a
that's
helicopter,
Great. That's great.
and he plays like all 9 positions.
He gets traded for a washing machine, like in
like in semi-pro.
semi-pro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
He's
I
a
think
great.
awesome.
Love that. But
Love
no,
that guy.
the Dodgers, I'm afraid, might be legit.
I'm not afraid the Dodgers are legit. The Dodgers have always been legit.
No, I know, but I was able to like kind of deny it for this season.
How are you able to
Well,
deny
no,
the Dodgers
the reason
legitimate-
they're in their
Injuries?
third, yeah, it was
Yeah,
the injuries was
injuries.
fully it.
I but like
When the
look at
Brewers played them to start the second half of the season after the All-Star break, almost the entire team was injured, and even Pat Murphy had a press conference. He's like, I'm going to be honest with you, like I know we beat them this badly and swept them because of their injuries. He's like, I'm not going to, but at the same time, a part of baseball is having to be healthy.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, even Mookie Betts had his worst career in offense of his entire career, and then he came back in the postseason and has been hitting .317 again. So I mean, when you have an entire team of all-stars, it's kind of hard not to hopefully get right. And you have guys like Teoscar Hernandez, who becomes prime Babe Ruth in the postseason. Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman. I despise Freddie
Andy
Freeman.
Andy Pajes, like
I like
all of
Freddie.
these guys, like somehow just like they just like magically appear again. They're just like, here we are again, and they're like all no mid-30s slump. They're always good. The Reds suck. Ellie De La Cruz cannot do anything anymore.
I don't know when he was able to do anything.
He
He can throw it hard and
Ellie-
he can hit it hard.
He can run
he
fast.
couldn't
He
hit
can
it
run
hard. He
fast.
couldn't hit it hard when he was playing against the
Also,
Dodgers.
fun fact: my varsity head coach in high school actually was a first-team All-American in high school in the first base position, and Freddie Freeman was a second-team All-American.
Oh wow.
So
So he just
that's
flexed that a
cool.
lot.
no, he actually's only ever flexed that once,
And he
and
flexed that muscle
I
once.
flexed that for him.
Speaking of the Reds, and former Reds players, I just want to let it be known that the Phillies stadium is right next to a casino. Shohei Ohtani's about to make Pete Rose look like child's play this season. Shohei
Well,
Ohtani.
with that, we're going to wrap this segment up. We'll take a quick break, and then we're going to go on the entirety of the MLB playoff outlook. We'll be right back after this break with more one-on-one.
It's WFUV New York, public media from Fordham University, home of first listens and classic favorites. On air, online, or wherever you listen to radio.
What's up, everyone? I'm Brendan Shorey.
And I'm Joe Henry, your 2025 New York Jets beat reporters.
Follow along with us every Sunday as we cover and analyze all things JETS.
With a new quarterback at the helm, can Aaron Glenn right the ship and cause chaos in the AFC East?
Stay updated every week with game updates and recaps from @Brendan_Shorey
and @JoeHenry_4 on X.
WFUV, your home for Jets football.
You're listening to WFUV, New York. Welcome back to One on One, New York's longest running sports call-in show. If you want to call in, 718-817-2750. That's 718-817-2750. If you want to talk about baseball, this is your time because the Baseball Power Hour is about to end with our last segment right now, talking about the MLB playoff picture, breaking down everything that's coming up that we are going to see. And I know we have a Brewers fan sitting across from me right now.
Yeah, let me get that on
I don't
real
really
quick.
want to see this.
For our audio listeners, he's about to add to his Brewers hoodie and put on a Brewers
bucket hat. He's putting
a
Brewers bucket hat over his headset right now. The Brewers bucket hat currently does not fit his head. It is floating on his head right now.
He looks like some Milwaukee Mongolian warlord.
Actually, right now he does.
I should have got a cheese head.
I don't know.
The cheese
It's like the
head.
Genghis
Do
Khan.
they wear the cheese heads? The Brewers.
Everyone wears cheese head.
Is that just
in
like
Wisconsin.
a Wisconsin thing?
Yeah.
Is that just like a? Everyone is wearing the cheese.
You land in Wisconsin and you are met with like 6 different options for cheese heads. Like you can get a baseball cap, top cap. You can get cheese head, a normal cheese head. There's just so many different options.
There's so much cheese.
so many
much
opportunities.
cheese. so much opportunities to wear cheese. But I think we should start somewhere where I think the best series of this entire MLB postseason is going to be this Phillies versus Dodgers NLDS. Right now, I'm kind of up in the air when it comes to this series. The Dodgers are really good, but so are the Phillies. And I feel like the Dodgers had that slight decline throughout the season where they looked really not great, and the Phillies just have not had that all year, other than when the Mets swept them. Shout out to the team that is not in the postseason. And the Phillies this year have injuries to their rotation. I mean, you're missing Zach Wheeler, but Aaron Nola, Chris Sanchez, who is up there with the NL Cy Young voting if it wasn't for Paul Skeens. I mean, Shohei Ohtani starting game 1. I don't really understand that one. What are you looking at? Why you?
I don't. Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
I agree with you. You said
don't
you don't
love it.
understand that one.
I'm asking, what's wrong? Like, why don't you like it?
Because, I mean, this idea that Shohei is good enough pitcher this
He's
season
a god amongst men.
to start this game 1 against the Phillies in Philadelphia is crazy to
I think
me.
he takes under or over on his own strikeouts.
He they basically used him as an opener all season.
That's what they're
Right.
probably doing this season.
And-
He
This
doesn't bet on
time
himself. He's
Last
betting
time
on,
he
like,
pitched against the
ping pong.
Phillies this season, he went 5 innings scoreless, which is great and all, but, like, I mean, I really don't understand it, right? I know he's probably the last guy you really have in your rotation. I mean, you're not going to
Is he a restart
out
for?
there.
Is he a restart for your rotation? You think? Is he the guy that like?
I think he's a guy
throw
that.
him
I mean,
out?
here's the thing though: is like, are you really going to do a bullpen game first game of a series, like, and just
Well, you
ruin
can't
your
pitch-
bullpen? Like,
Can't pitch Yamamoto. You can't really pitch Kershaw because you want to keep him.
you can't pitch Kershaw because he's just going to give up 20 runs.
Well, yeah, that happens in the postseason, but he's also more reliable than Shohei Ohtani.
He is. Kershaw's just going to be a bullpen arm for the whole.
But like,
postseason.
my point is just like, who do you really throw out there then? You can't throw out Yamamoto. Glass now, maybe?
I was going to say Glass now.
Is he the guy? But don't you want him to start game 2? This Phillies team is their starters.
I would say.
can
I
all
would
go,
say you. I would say you do like Blake Snell even. Like, he doesn't need the full rest.
the Phillies need the Phillies.
He left the team because they were giving him too much rest. He doesn't need it.
But the Phillies, if you really look at their rotation, they have a collection of guys that can all go 8 innings.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers don't. And that's going to come down to if their bullpen, which is good but not great, is able to get things done. Because both of these teams have relatively incredible batting lineups. I think no one's going to debate that. I think this series comes down to pitching. I don't think it comes down to hitting whatsoever when it comes to the Dodgers or the Phillies.
Not only just good hitting lineups, it's
Legendary hitting
It's
lineups.
also-
I'll give you that.
also two teams that are known for playing extremely well
Mhm.
in October. Like, the Phillies turn it on in the playoffs. Their hitters do.
Unless they play the Mets. I'm going to keep bringing up the Mets. I miss the Mets.
Yeah. It's over. But
Thanks, buddy.
no, the
She's
the
gone,
Phillies
Kurt.
also though, like, this
No, she's
season
not.
and especially in the postseason are one of the best, if not the best, team at home.
Yeah.
They have and they're playing 3 out of 5 games in the series at home. I think the fact that this Dodgers Phillies series is only a 5-game series is a crime. I think
Yeah.
This is the
I
World
think
Series.
It
This is
should
the
have
World
been.
Series.
It should have been a. I mean, I understand we don't want to turn into the NBA playoffs where it becomes a 3-month affair, but like,
The NBA playoffs are awesome.
No, the finals are literally a month long.
yeah,
it's
they're a
so
month
annoying.
But
long.
they're
It's
fun.
so bad.
No,
But it's
not.
fun.
Kurt, it
so
starts.
bad.
It starts in late March and ends in late.
There was a
June.
debate
Yeah, it's-
all of
it's
last year.
terrible.
There was a debate all of last year if the MLB should extend to 7 games in the DS.
Yeah,
And if the wild card should be longer.
I think it should be the opposite.
wild card shouldn't be longer.
I think the
but-
NBA also
3 games
I think
for the wild
NBA,
card is
It should be the
chill.
opposite. I think the NBA needs to adopt the MLB.
No, the
No,
NBA just needs to play
no.
back-to-back days, or at least just one
That's
day in
impossible.
between. It is because half of the NBA sits for half the season.
But also, baseball is different in the way that, like, kind of do stand around for a good amount of the game.
You play 162 games.
Yeah, but you're still like when you're playing the game, you're like standing there
You play
waiting for the ball.
162, and then you have a day off, and then the wild card starts.
If you're a
But I
pitcher,
think,
our
like-
bodies are not designed to throw a ball that fast at all.
Well, I don't think it's gonna.
and your arm's not supposed to move that way.
I don't think
That's why quarterbacks don't get hurt, but baseball players do.
I think
When was the last
pitchers-
quarterback UCL tear?
Was it?
quarterbacks get Tommy John.
I don't.
Thinking
because our arm moves in a different
way.
I know Drew Brees had one, but that's because he fell on it. It didn't have anything to do with him throwing. But that was a full 360.
Brock Purdy and
Either
Carson Beck both have
Ugh.
gotten UCL injuries that don't require surgery.
But
yeah.
either way, when we're talking about this just in general, pitchers now, and this is a whole different topic, and we'll get back to our MLB playoff look. Like, guys like Noah McClain, I don't know how long his career can realistically stay the same because there's no way that you're going to be able to throw that many RPMs for
It
10
depends
years.
if he's already had Tommy John or not.
But I just feel like your arm,
Most players before you get to the major leagues will have Tommy John once, pitchers wise, and it's better if they do because once you get to that age where you're not recovering as quickly, it's not as
I
beneficial.
just don't think your arm is built for that for the rest. Like, no matter how many surgeries or how many robotic parts that they could put in you, I just don't think your arm is realistically able to keep up this kind of leverage, like this kind of high speed, high spin rate pitching, because like it's just gonna blow out your arm eventually.
Yeah, but I mean, like
That's why you have rest, I guess.
That's why you have like you take. I think the rest has definitely become a big thing, especially in like things like the World Baseball Classic, where pitchers are nowadays only allowed to pitch so many pitches and innings. Because I know, like, back in the day, like, World Baseball Classic, when it first started, they definitely were like, hey, if you want to go out and throw 120 pitches for your country, you can go do that. Now it's like, all right, you get 70, and it's like, oh.
It's a lot
like,
of
that's
pitching.
That's a lot of pitching, and it's only, like, spring training. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Well, to bring everything back to this Dodgers and Phillies series, talking about Shohei Ohtani doing what he does and pitching in this Game 1, this is the first time since Babe Ruth in the 1918 World Series where someone was the first starting pitcher to hit the higher than 6th in the lineup. I mean, he's legendary, but I don't know how Babe Ruth's stats were in his pitching career, but I don't think Ohtani's going to be putting up nearly as good of stats that he was putting up against the Plumbers. Babe Ruth was putting up against the Plumbers he was playing back in the day. I just don't see a world where he's pitching a 2.87 ERA this season. He's 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, he also, like, some of those games, I'm pretty sure one of those wins, he literally threw, like, 2 innings. And then they were just in the lead. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that
I'm like someone who understands and respects how good of a player he is, but just I don't like how much people talk about him. Personally, I think just like
He's
the
the best player in the league.
MLB, like
is he the best player in the league?
Yeah.
I think
Is
this
he?
season, I think with the way his team played and how much they still talked about him, I think that there was many other storylines that were better.
They have highlight clips of him when he's about to go up for bat on ESPN.
Yeah,
Like no one else gets that.
Like,
He has
he
a
does have the biggest market.
10-second highlight clip of him hitting the ball and pitching.
I mean, granted,
he's
he
coming
did
up to
start
bat.
off Game 1 of the Reds Dodgers
Wait, I didn't
series
even
with the
think-
homer.
Wait, I didn't
So,
even think about.
He is very good.
Yeah.
I didn't even
He's
think
like-
about the viewership
insane.
numbers that he's going to get
Oh yeah.
because he's the Game 1 starter.
Oh yeah.
They're going to be insane.
Think about the amount of like respect and popularity Ichiro had coming in, and
This is
triple
different.
that
This
and
is
triple
different.
it because he's a
So
pitcher,
different.
he's a hitter. Ichiro was always a fantastic player, but he wasn't ever like as good as Ohtani is.
No, not even close.
Yeah, but
I think
Ichiro didn't have
Ichiro's
the off the field
a
stuff.
legend, but so
Ichiro didn't have any off the field controversies though.
Ohtani's off the field controversy kind of.
it was only a month long.
Yeah, but he has like other stuff too.
It was a month long, and the MLB was
What,
not letting that happen because
the real estate
they already
scandal?
put way too much money.
Yeah, I'm onto him.
The real estate scandal you're
Yeah.
onto still? You're investigating that
Yeah,
still,
I'm
Griffin?
digging deeper into
You're
it.
digging deeper into the real estate scandal?
There's something bigger at play.
There is?
Yes.
What are the aliens?
Aliens.
Giant space laser? There's the microphone.
Microphone?
This is Shohei
Yeah,
Ohtani.
see, that was
This
quick.
is Shohei
Yeah,
Ohtani.
you were getting too
This is
close.
Ohtani.
Yeah, actually,
Getting
they're
too
trying to
close.
silence us. All I'm saying,
Well,
yeah.
I'm not going to do this now. I guess we're doing this with the microphone. I'm holding the microphone
that-
for the rest of the, for now. Well,
Well,
let's
yeah,
break down.
I'm just saying, listen, hear me out. He's starting Game 1.
Okay.
1 is a number.
All right, I'm moving
No,
on.
we're not getting into
We're not
count
getting into
bets.
this. I'm
It's
not
count
getting into this. I'm
other
not doing
great
this. I'm
NLDS
not doing this.
series.
I'm not doing this.
One is a
Can we
number.
please just? All right, I'll give you this. I want a number of how many games and who's gonna win. I'm gonna do this for all the series. So give me that.
I think it'll be 4 games. Phillies win 3-1.
3-1.
I think
Like,
Dodgers in 4.
Dodgers in 4. I'm gonna take. This pains me because this series, like, as a Mets fan, like, watching this series is like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like the worst 2 people that you can have. Like, if the sinkhole opened and no one was injured, no one got hurt, but everyone just went home, and they just started like new jobs. Like, they weren't baseball players anymore. Like, they just both, like, the psyche gets erased. Like, they just don't exist anymore. That would be fine. It's chill. But I realistically think the Phillies might have a better rotation right now, but that's hard to say too because the Dodgers rotation is still really good.
I think the Dodgers rotation is very beatable though.
It is, and the
And I
Phillies
think
is not.
I think the Phillies has just been so dominant that I don't think.
I know. Brendan, don't look at me, man. I know we have the microphone off. I'm gonna wait till break to screw it back on. For viewers watching on the radio, audio listeners love you to death. My microphone has fallen off the stand, and I'm currently holding it upside down because it's easier to hold it like this. This is how you get your arm workouts then. But let's break down the next. Oh, I didn't even give a game. I'll take Phillies in 6. Phillies in 6. 5. I don't know where I'm going with this. All
Rain
right.
delay turns into a 6 game.
I was going into a lag spike right there. Double header. But let's break down. Max, I'll give you the 4 for the next NL series. I think you want to talk
Let's
about
break
this
it
more than
down.
anybody.
Let's break it down. All right, so we're looking at the Brewers and the Cubs. The first time they've ever played in the postseason, which, as we were talking about before the show, is probably because before this season, the NL Central is usually like only producing one playoff team a year. Your mic is just going AWOL
I'm
right
not
now.
not gonna think.
But yeah, no, and I think game 1, I know Freddie Peralta is starting for the Brewers. I don't even know who's starting for the Cubs.
Not sure
We-
yet, actually.
are they-
Let's look that up.
But this that was quick. Did you guys?
Brendan
like-
Short. No, I
I
didn't hear.
got a
Well, who was it?
What was that? Matt Boyd.
Okay.
He hopped on and screamed it in my ear for a second. No, but I mean, I think the Brewers definitely have this game 1. I think Freddie is unbelievable. I think Mizorowski's probably going to be in the pen.
I actually can't believe the fall off the Miz had.
I think it was going to happen regardless because he's a rookie and they were throwing him out there and he was having unbelievable success. I think I've said this from the beginning. Once we got into like July area, that he was going to be a bullpen arm for the postseason, just because. I mean, Woodruff is back. Quinn Priester, unbelievable.
I actually cannot
for
believe
the
how
Brewers.
good Quinn Priester is. I don't understand it. They got him for free.
Mm-hmm.
And Quinn Priester is pretty much like 3 ERA.
If Freddie
13-3.
Peralta wasn't as fantastic as he was this year, Quinn would be starting game 1. Right now it is between him and Quintana for game 2, but it will be Priester, I believe. I think they'll let him pitch in Milwaukee and just hopefully get that game 2 win. But I think Mizorowski's in the bullpen. I think the Cubs see this as an opportunity to show like how much better. I think
this is a Craig Counsell
is like
revenge game.
I mean,
Craig Counsell revenge series.
he it's not even revenge because everything that would make it revenge he did to himself.
Did he?
He left. He left because he went for the money, went for the rivals. All of a sudden, all season long is saying this is the best pitching he's ever coached in his life, even though he used to
I
coach.
mean, it's pretty good.
He used to
the
coach
pitching is pretty crazy.
Josh Hader, Devin Williams, Burns, Woodruff. The best bullpen. The Brewers had the best bullpen in the whole MLB when he used to coach there. So don't know what he's talking about there. Yesterday he said Pat Murphy, or the Brewers play just like Pat Murphy wants them to play. They don't swing the bat. I'm like, all right, well, the Brewers had the best season they've ever had under Pat Murphy. What do they do with you guys? Get knocked out every first round? So I'm a little angry right now because I feel like I haven't seen a single thing online that has the Brewers winning this series. And
well, look at the difference in the Cubs. The Cubs have a crazy defense.
this is a personal one. Yes, Brandon.
The Cubs have crazy defense. The Cubs defense is
I think the
probably
Brewers have
the best
Brewers have just as good a defense.
than the Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
The Cubs have a full stop at shortstop, full stop at center field, and then
They don't have Sal Frelick though.
true, but still it doesn't matter.
They don't have
It
Sal
still-
Frelick.
Still doesn't matter.
I think Sal
It
Frelick
still
trumps
doesn't matter.
anyone when it comes to defense.
But like the Cubs defense is so good that I
William
don't know.
Contreras, one of the best catchers
They're
in
not
the
going to
league.
be able to like. They aren't going to be able to.
I
Get
think
through. The Brewers aren't going to be able to get through.
I will.
The
all right,
Cubs,
let me
the
let me
way
s-
that they can
let
get
me,
through
let
other
me,
teams.
Let me say this. I will say their defense overall is better, and I would say if you looked at the Cubs and the Brewers and you went like head to head, 1-for-1 against them, that's one thing. Thing is, though, I feel like once you get past that starting lineup on the Brewers, starting lineup on the Cubs, you kind of lose a lot there. I think it drops off substantially. I
I'm
think
not
the
gonna say that
Brewers.
this
I
is
think the
gonna be-
Brewers are a much more well-rounded team, especially defensively and offensively, because I think you can take out one person. Right now we have the legend Andrew Vaughn, who if you take him out and you put guess who, it's either him or Rhys Hoskins in the
He's
DH
back?
spot.
Reese Hopkins.
Yeah,
Man, he was
Tim or
out-
Rhys Hoskins.
He was out in my fantasy league all year.
Like-
All year I had him. He was good. He was good too.
when you have those two going, one's gonna play first base, the other one's gonna DH. Unbelievable. You have Christian Yelich, who, by the way, people act like he's been having terrible seasons. I mean, he's been a above average baseball player
He's
for the
still hitting
last.
264.
He's still, yeah. I mean, he had a little slump at the end
I
of
think
the year,
it's
but he
fine.
got
Andrew
back.
Vaughn hitting 189.
I mean,
Those are
Jackson
some good
Chourio,
stats.
probably one of the best young players in the league. Sal Frelick, shout out Sal Frelick. I have a 5x8 foot flag coming in soon. Love Sal Frelick. Even the rookies. It is a much younger team, but I will say the rookies have. They're unbelievable. I think Isaac Collins is unbelievable. Bryce Terang, I think, is the best second baseman in the NL. I think Joey Ortiz has shown his worth. Monasterio, unbelievable. I think the Brewers may not
But
have
you
more
can go
guys that are
back-
well known.
I just think
but
it's I just think it's so hard to win. Honestly, with
Caleb Durbin, thank you, Yankees.
Without, I think it's so hard to win without playing the wild card too. Like
No.
in
Are you
matchups like
kidding
this,
me?
in matchups like this, yes.
The Cubs. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't necessarily think it was the Padres. I don't think it was the Cubs starting rotation or bullpen that shut down the Padres. I think it was just the Padres.
Yeah,
not
I
playing
can
well.
agree on that.
And I think you saw it at the end of that last game where their bullpen was a little shaky, and it wasn't like they were necessarily the most impressive pitching team out there. I mean, think about it. Freddie Peralta, Priester, Uribe is unbelievable. We have Trevor McGill's back finally. He's unbelievable. He's probably one of the, if not, I think he's my favorite closer in the league just because he's been so dominant. Mizorowski out of the pen, dominant.
He's gonna be good. Think he's
Mizorowski
gonna
out
be
of the
good,
pen,
the
but you only
Miz?
have to throw him
One inning, two innings.
2 innings. I mean, I think he's great. It also stops you from having to throw Tobias Myers a lot, which Tobias Myers I think
But
is
like
great
this,
for like
this
one
pen
game a
for
series.
the
but
pen for the Cubs is equally as good. 30% strikeout rate. I mean, only around 13 runs. Like, I don't know.
I think-
man.
I
one
think
run.
what- I think what makes
they allowed
the-
one run in 13 innings of the wild card.
I think what makes the Brewers so great, like bullpen wise, is that you can have two guys can
Non-biased
go out.
fan right there.
Non-biased. I think two guys, Uribe and Miguel, can go out 2 innings if you need them to. And if you throw them 1 inning, one in the 8th, one in the 9th, they've been almost unstoppable all year when you do that. So this is 100% biased, just because like I'm not gonna say the Brewers are gonna lose to the Cubs, but like I think this series is gonna be a great series. I think it actually goes 5 games. I think the Brewers win in 5 games at home, especially if Brewers fans don't sell their tickets to Cubs fans. But
You don't think Cubs fans are going to be able to get tickets at all?
I mean, it would be
They're not going to sell in the area of what would that be called? It's not the tri-state area. What is it? The Midwestern. I don't know. I'm trying to figure something out.
The area.
The area. Because it's like right all next to each other.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
that is how geography usually works.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. It's like New York and New Jersey. I mean, it's not that close, but it's it's not a long
But
drive.
it's like Brewers
Great Lakes
fans
series?
usually
I
they
don't know.
got first pick on the tickets, bought them well in advance. The only way Cubs fans are getting tickets to these games is by Brewers fans selling to them.
Yeah.
You don't think Cubs fans will be able to get in and be annoying? I mean, will that be any effect? I think Brewers fans are kind of crazy for postseason baseball. They don't get it very often.
What do you mean don't get it very often?
Got it recently.
They've
have
gotten
to
it
get
like
success.
9 out of the last 11
You got to get
years.
it. You have to get I meant successful postseason baseball. Sorry.
Yeah, they're known playoff jokers.
Yes.
I mean, 2017 should have been our year, but it wasn't.
A lot of teams can say that.
Everything was our
Lost
year.
to the Dodgers.
Everything was our
Kershaw
year.
struck out like 20 people.
I'll want how many games and who's gonna win?
5 games, Brewers.
Yeah, 5 games, Brewers.
5 games, Cubs. All right, I just had to be different.
Trey, you're no fun.
I had to be different.
You're just
Brendan,
no
what do you
fun.
think? What do you think? Brewers in 4. Really? 4?
Like that.
All right.
You've always had that connection.
Always had that brew crew connection. All right, now let's
The
break down some of
Brewers.
the Brewers. Now let's break down some MLB DS in the AL. You want to take the Yankees? I'll give you Yankees.
Yeah, we've already. So we're just doing the score again.
Yeah.
So, Oh,
I'm saying take
Yankees
it
in
first.
4.
Yankees in 4.
I think they win one. I think they win one in Toronto, and they win both at Yankee Stadium.
Yankees in 4.
I have Yankees in 5.
Really? Might not like I'm not even.
Oh,
joking
let me
with
guess.
this.
Let me go down a limb here
I
and say
wasn't-
Kurt's not going to pick the Yankees.
I wasn't taking the Yankees because I don't think the Yankees are going to beat the Toronto Blue Jays because the Blue Jays have had their number all season, legitimately all season.
It's the script.
It's the script.
Yeah,
It is the
It's
script.
the script.
Unfortunately, Kurt, my argument beats yours because I have the script.
You have the script. You have it in the briefcase.
I think what makes sense. It's going to be honestly.
I think it would be.
I'm
I
a
think
big
the
believer.
script,
We're getting a Yankees Dodgers rematch.
That's awful. That's like horrendous.
That
For
would
y-
be a terrible rematch.
It's just not a good rematch. It's just not a fun series.
Yeah, it is.
Oh
It's
wow, the Dodgers win again! Yay!
No, the
The
Yankees
Yankees are not
redemption.
going to beat the Dodgers
if-
in the World
if-
Oh, I
Series.
got the 2 biggest playoff markets with the 2 most marketable players and the 2 biggest stars of the 2 most
mean
historic
Se-
franchises
you mean
playing each other again.
You mean Seattle
the-
and
If the Brewers,
and
if the Brewers
Chicago?
were to lose before the World Series, I would want the Yankees to win just so I can go to a.
Yeah, are we not?
No.
parade.
No, they're not
Parades
going
are
to a
fun.
parade. There is
Parades
going
are
to be
fun.
no parade. Are you kidding
there
me?
will be no parade.
There will be no parade. They're not going to win the World Series.
Yes, they
There
will.
will be no parade.
There will be a parade.
There will
Kurt.
be no parade.
Kurt, I can't wait till there's a parade. I can't wait till there's a parade.
Be around to see it.
I'll make you go. We'll
You
make
will
you.
not
We'll
me
make
go
you
to
do.
a Yankee parade.
We'll make them do the WFUV like small mic stuff at the parade.
Yeah.
Too.
That would never.
Do you think they give us class off if there's a parade?
Oh yeah.
No, they're not
Yeah.
giving us class off.
When the
will.
when the Braves won the World Series, they closed like all school on the day of the parade.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen at Fordham University.
We're
in
like
the
the
Bronx.
Bronx. We're
Yeah.
like the
We are
Yankee
the
school.
we are the Bronx.
Yeah.
Or the Bronx.
We are the Bronx. Well, I'll take Blue Jays in 5 games. All right, last one. Tigers. Tigers and Mariners.
Feel
that
like
we
a teacher
break
who's
it
trying to
down.
end class, but still
It's
needs
like,
to get that last
all right,
question
last
down.
one.
Mar-
Tigers and Mariners.
Mariners in 4 only because Scooball exists.
Okay.
Mariners sweep.
Yeah,
Mariners in
Mariners.
3.
Mariners in 3. I think I agree with that. Mariners are just a better baseball team in general. I think the Mariners just have better everything than the Tigers do, and I think it's going to be disappointing for my roommate, shout out David, who is going to be watching all of those series, and he's going to be very disappointed when the Tigers get swept. But I will be stepping out, and Brendan will be holding the mic legitimately for college football next up. If you want more one-on-one, we'll be right back after this break.
Hi, this is Ben Oppenheimer reminding you to tune in to New York's longest running sports call-in show, One on One. Catch One on One live on the WFUV Sports YouTube channel every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then later on 90.7 FM from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. We'll catch you next Saturday on One on One. Hi, this is Ben Oppenheimer reminding you to tune in to New York's longest running sports call-in show, One on One. Catch One on One live on the WFUV Sports YouTube channel every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then later on 90.7 FM from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. We'll catch you next Saturday on One on One.
All right, welcome back into One on One. Today we are talking about college football, and as the National Guard moves into Portland this weekend, we actually brought our troops from Oregon into Happy Valley for a great victory. This was an exciting week last week of college football. Like, I would like to say I'm kind of like a born again college football fan. Like, I really did not really like college football that much, and then the past few years I've really gone into it, and I've appreciated its beauty. Big statement matchups. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's a beautiful sport. A lot of rivalries. We had LSU, Ole Miss, Oregon, Penn State, Alabama, Georgia. I think a lot of unexpected results in those two, except for one. I knew Penn State was going to lose.
I actually picked Oregon as well.
Yeah. You know what crazy stat? Well, two crazy stats. Obviously, he's like, isn't Franklin like 1-14 against top 10 opponents?
Yeah, he's terrible in
also,
big games.
do you know what an insane stat? Dan Lanning is undefeated in his career as a coach if his opponents score less than 34 points.
I mean,
that's insane.
No.
34.
That means you have to put up more than 34 points to beat the Ducks.
Oh, I thought you were saying like if they don't score 34, they lose.
No,
they win the game. It's like I hope so.
He has never lost a game where his opponents put up 34 points or less.
I guess the other team could go for 4 tutties and a field goal, and he's still.
Well, that's what I mean.
them.
Penn State ran for 300 yards against us in the Big Ten championship, and they still lost.
Yeah, Oregon's a good team.
We can
Is
start.
this
Okay,
the Oregon thing, or is that Ohio State?
It's this.
This.
Or,
all right.
When you have the gloves, though, you can do this with the. But
so look at my gloves.
Someone edit it on.
Just think that I have gloves on right
now. Okay,
now.
so I mean, everyone was hyping this game up. This was the whiteout game. I think people were saying for both teams, like, season starts in this matchup. You know, like, this is kind of a prove it for both teams. And I just want to say, I think Oregon this year is built like what people thought Oregon was last year, and I think Oregon right now is the best team in college football. Dante Moore now is the Heisman frontrunner, I believe. And will probably win.
Yeah, he is. Kurt was just in my ear saying Oregon will choke again, by the way.
No, not with the adjusted. Oregon got screwed in the playoffs last year. There's no way as a team with a first-round bye you should be getting Ohio State.
No matter how much money Phil Knight will give, they will never win. Phil Knight's blood money will never work.
Every year, or every team that had a bye lost last season, and Oregon won the second half against Ohio State. They had to get warmed up. Oregon, Ohio State will be cinema, by the way, in the Big Ten championship.
Yes, it will.
That's going to be elite. But yeah, I mean, a crazy game. Really boring first half, slow first half. Oregon somehow put up 200 yards in the first half, and kind of seemingly out of nowhere. But Dan Lanning said death by 1,000 cuts, and that's kind of what they did. They stuck with it, even when Drew Aller kind of locked in for a second there in the second half. But just good individual moments, and I think Dante Moore really proved himself as, like, honestly, he looks like an NFL ready quarterback with some of the stuff he was doing, especially on the, like, that touchdown and second OT where he slides out of the way and just tosses it perfectly. Like,
I mean, he outplayed Drew Aller
big time.
Like,
Big time.
played 2 times as good.
well, yeah, it's like me winning a foot race against my grandma, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't take a
All
lot.
right, let's Drew Aller compared to your grandma.
You got Griffin's grandma all the time.
I mean, honestly, at this point, is my grandma and him also going up top 10 opponents? Because I think it's comparable then.
One more
number
time.
of wins.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. One more time.
They have the same number of wins against top 10 opponents.
That is true. No, wait. No, Penn State has 1.
Yeah, they have like 1 this season. My grandma has the same amount of wins against top 10
This
opponents.
season. Penn State's
throughout.
played 1.
Yeah,
Only 1.
Who the dame?
Great Oregon team though. Dante Moore, I
That's not
think
sure.
his draft stock soared after this game.
is he a Saint? No.
Saint? No. No. I don't think so. I think they'll still go like someone like Nussmeier or like what you want to call like quote unquote safe pick.
Yeah, Dante Moore is pretty undersized for an NFL
He is.
quarterback.
He's a small guy. But I think they go more.
So is Kyler Murray. They still let him run around.
They let him do stuff for sure. They let him play, but
They let him run. They let him bare hand or just single hand a football and just run down the field.
that Kyler Murray. This is that Kyler Murray. Bryce Young was an all-time matchup for the short kings out there. That was.
They did
Yeah.
that one for us.
Yeah.
For all of us.
For all of us. Yes, I said we.
Oh, I'm in that boat. I'm not gonna deny that.
Nobody here is excluded.
I'm excluded, but
I think Griffin's excluded.
He's excluded.
I'm excluded. But yeah, I mean, besides Dante Moore, I mean, Oregon defense also really good. I think for me the takeaway is Dan Lanning has done such a good job with this program, and also people talk about like, okay, now is Dan Lanning an NFL quarterback? Oregon is like a dream job, like he's never gonna leave.
Is Dan Lanning the best coach in college football right now?
Yeah. Yes.
I lean yes.
I lean yes,
I take him over
too.
DeBoer. I think the real guy that gives him a problem here is Kirby Smart.
Yeah. Kiffin?
What about Kelly?
No,
what about
taking him over
Kenny
Kiffin.
Dillingham? ASU
No.
What about James?
Sun
Franklin?
Devils.
What about James Franklin?
motivation.
What
They're
is
ranked
it?
again, by the way.
Is this a Sun
Go
Devils thing?
Devils. Yeah, go Devils.
Go Devils.
Pitchfork.
Pitchfork.
Yeah, the pitchfork.
Scataboo.
Scattaboo.
Scataboo.
No, but yeah, I think Dan Lanning is probably the best coach in college football. Now that you say that, he's like a generational like motivation guy. He has the
Every single time I see like a speech by him on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, like the day after a game, like I'm fired up. I want to get in that game.
yeah.
Yeah, his press conferences. He's got to work on those though. Those cringe me out.
No, they're great.
His speech is fantastic. As soon as he gets behind a mic, I'm like,
As soon as there's actually people asking him questions.
yeah, like,
Whoa.
just say your speech again.
You have that written down, right?
But yeah, in the moment he's like, you're gonna hear them yell, "We are," and he's like, after tonight, we are the champions, stuff like that. And
Which is so tough.
He plays Mo. He plays
It's like, yo, did you write this down
Yeah.
before?
He plays Mo Bamba.
He has like a teleprompter like in front of him.
Right behind
He's like doing like he's not looking to see everyone. He's just looking at the different teleprompters he has.
He's
around
got them
the
all
room.
like hidden, like behind whatever like camera is in the
Yeah,
room
he's
that
wearing, like,
sneaks in
Google,
the
what are
room.
those like the Google like glasses ones where it's like supposed to
the,
like
the metal
the
glasses or whatever
glasses,
that
like-
it just like shows the
it's like why
transcript.
are you wearing sunglasses inside? It's like no reason.
Don't worry about it.
No,
Don't
okay,
worry about it.
I'm gonna run you guys through some quotes.
Cool.
The grass is damn green in Eugene.
Love that. I mean it's turf, but love that.
We all know the famous one. They're fighting for clicks, we're fighting for wins, and then just goes out and spanks.
Obliterates.
Yeah.
Colorado.
This one's a interesting philosophy. This is like a wide receiver Instagram caption. Warriors dictate the environment.
It's like a 3-star out of Kansas.
Wait, that
just like a Division II in high school and like bottom division just scored like 3 touchdowns. Like boom.
No, yeah. This is. Have you guys seen that tweet where it's like typical QB tweet? Love my teammates. God is good. Running back tweet. Keep grinding. tight end tweet, derp. Wide receiver.
We are not just going right through that.
and then wide receiver tweet, the enemy speaks kindly and holds a knife.
Why do wide receivers
dark
get
out of
so
nowhere.
philosophical with their quotes? Like they all of a sudden they're like Plato and Aristotle.
Yeah.
And they're like the wisest guy on the field.
Oh yeah, I mean the 1,000 paper cuts, death by 1,000 cuts. We just had to get another cut, and eventually that cut was going to the jugular, and that last interception was the jugular. He also looks like he's like
sick.
he also just looks like he's like amped.
Dude, he writes these down.
He has to be.
Write
He
these
has to be
down.
spending like all week, like when he's not at practice, like just going through thinking, like, what can I say this week that would be like?
Oh, he just
that would
runs
go
it through
viral?
ChatGPT. Is ChatGPT Premium?
Yeah.
He has ChatGPT like 7 that no
Yeah.
one else that's not even out yet,
Yeah.
just for the quotes.
Tough. Yeah.
Most of that money that they're getting right now is just going towards the premium.
Yeah. The wide receivers just play in a different.
No, he has a writer's room,
He
and he
has
has the writer's room write it for him every
He has
week.
an NIL deal with ChatGPT.
He's like, yeah. All right, I need help. I need help. I
Dude,
need a great
Edmund.
quote.
Okay, I don't know what Edmund Burke is. This is another wide receiver caption. Flattery corrupts both the receiver and the giver.
What?
This is like a 2-touchdown performance against like Eastern Michigan that quote's going under.
Instagram post after beating some FCS team.
Yeah.
By 3. Game-winning field goal against one of the worst FCS teams in the
It's like
country.
the devil moves
Yeah,
quietly.
And then the kicker's like, had a good time today.
Yeah. Tight end derp.
Football's fun. Love football.
Okay, another great story, funny story, is coming out of LSU, Ole Miss,
Whit Weeks, baby.
because Whit Weeks drops a tweet in like the week leading up to it, which is the star linebacker for LSU. For those not familiar, that he is dating.
Well, she posted it on
Yeah,
Instagram. She
she's-
hard launched
yeah.
him.
She's dating Lane Kiffin's daughter, and then in a shocking turn of events, first of all, Ole Miss beats LSU. But then Whit Weeks just yaks on the field. I want to know if he went to
Oh my
family
God.
dinner at Lane Kiffin's house before and got fed something.
Ooh.
Because,
What, Lane Kiffin put a little poison in his food?
I mean, that's an SEC coach move if I've ever seen one.
That'd be a smart move.
I would do it.
I would absolutely do it.
Is he what's the mind games there? Because it's like an all-time like that sucks. for
It's
you.
like of course, it's like the timing of it all too. Like the post, like the week going into the game when they play each other.
Honestly, it's been a ploy. It's like I think
Is it?
they break up next week.
I agree. It
I
seems
think-
very PR.
I think she was trying to get that.
was
to be
was
the
she
main
working
thing,
for
trying-
her dad?
Yeah.
and,
I'm just saying
like-
I'm just saying Whit Weeks was fighting for clicks, and Ole Miss was fighting for wins.
Well, I ended up after the game. I ended up seeing a TikTok come across my For You page from Landry Kiffin, and it was like transition from whatever clothes she was in that morning to like her game day
nice.
outfit. And the clothes, nice.
I love those videos. Those are my favorite. The get ready videos are always my favorite. Video.
Anyways, it
I'm
was-
glued to the Landry Kiffin. Get ready with it. She's
Anyways.
changing the game.
Anyways, it was just like a
So
transition video,
original.
but the clothes she had on in the morning, it was like an LSU T-shirt. And then
She switched to the Ole Miss.
whenever she like transitioned and it was her game day fit, it had like a LSU or like a Whit Weeks number or something on it.
I mean,
which
does-
is weird,
does
'cause
she
I
have
also
to be
saw
like one of
videos-
those parents.
She
who,
was
like,
celebrating
has,
like crazy.
Yeah,
after the
She has
win.
like two different sons, but instead of like the split jersey, it's like half a jersey and then half like an Ole Miss like quarter zip. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
half a long sleeve quarter zip and then like a jersey on the other side.
Yeah, but even
It's
then,
gotta be.
it's like the Curry family. It's so obvious that they like Steph more.
Oh, yeah.
It's hilarious.
Let's go, Seth. We love you so much.
Yeah.
But also
yes,
like
Seth,
but
Seth,
also
your,
how's it-
your Blazers team with Al-Farouq Aminu definitely has a shot in the Western Conference Finals against the Warriors this year, bro. This is your year, man.
it's your year. Your year to step out of the shadow.
But now they don't have to choose because they're on the same team.
Travis, see,
They are.
Mama Kelsey actually
I
has
didn't
like,
know that.
What?
I didn't know they were on the same team now.
Seth just signed with
yeah,
the
he
Warriors.
just signed with the Warriors.
So now the parents don't have to play favorites.
Mama Kelsey actually has like two legit sons that are both very good. That's the Curry family has a clear gap in between. It's like the St. Brown brothers. It's like one is
Yeah,
way
Equanimous
better.
is way better.
Equanimous.
It's like the Contreras brothers in baseball. Both equally the same level. Actually, one's worse than the other now.
Well, I think the Diggs
they're
brothers
really
are both also just equally bad. Sorry. Brandon.
Whoa.
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 The first
Quick stray.
the first stat padding
Did not need
cornerback.
that. First stat padding cornerback. He led the league in interceptions.
That proves my point.
How's that stat padding?
Well, because how many of those
It's
are
not
on?
stat
How many of
padding.
those are like arm punts?
Not a lot of them.
Don't ask what happens when Trayvon Diggs lines up in man.
We have.
Yeah. Trayvon Diggs in man coverage.
Only like 4 or 5 of them. But he had I
He
want
had
to say
like 7 on the year.
I want to say it was
interception.
13.
13.
Wow, voice crack. I want to say it was like 13.
All right. Moving back to college football. Big win for Indiana. They play the Ducks in 2 weeks. Ohio State was treating Washington like it was. I think Ohio State shouldn't be 1.
Yeah, you're a homer. You think Oregon should be
But
1.
I think unironically though, a whiteout win at Penn State is a bigger win than Texas.
No, it's not.
I mean, besides Texas, which that game was atrocious, Ohio State really hasn't played anyone. Played
But
Grambling
they
State.
walloped teams.
That's the beauty of Big Ten scheduling, though.
Hey, they beat Ohio 37-9, which means the Fordham football team would only lose like 50-9.
By transitive property or whatever
yeah.
PEMDAS you get.
PEMDAS. It's completely something not related to the first thing you said. PEMDAS.
It's just one of those terms you throw around.
You know, Linsanity run.
Also,
whatever you want to
Another
say.
one, dude. Did you see that Florida State or the Florida State corner just probably got like murdered in the field rush in the Virginia game? By the way,
Yeah, no, that was crazy. He was on the ground and just disappears.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't really get up there either, because like you get up, you're probably gonna get hit
But
more.
Can you imagine you give up the game winning touchdown, then all of a sudden when you're on the ground you see like a sea of just Virginia fans.
There's
run.
no fence or anything in front of the student section.
Those fans were practically on the field before they even
before the ball even hit the ground.
I think it's a great field rush, but it might be the field rush that ends all field rush.
I do want to say Cincinnati right now is up 17-0 against Iowa State in the first quarter just ended.
Rocco back. What is going on?
The other big game is Alabama Georgia that we got to talk about. Alabama gets the dub. That's in Alabama. Honestly, gave Georgia chances to get into that game. Like,
I mean, they
You have to drop touchdown, like would be touchdown pass. Georgia just kind of kept. I don't know. Georgia just kind of kept making mistakes. They just weren't. They weren't good enough, and I don't really know where to. The SEC is so hard to grade. I feel like just because they do all play each other, and it's.
Georgia was 2 for 8 on third down.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Which, like, I know Bama didn't have a great start to the year, aka just one game, but like, still Bama. They're always going to be that team.
They're always going to beat Georgia too. That's like,
But I mean,
three
like,
certainties in life.
I mean, Georgia did have more rushing yards, but then at the same time, passing yards. They had 227 rushing yards. Alabama had 117. All right, wow, big difference. But then you look at the passing yards, and Alabama had 280, and Georgia had 130.
Yikes!
We got to pass.
That's so bad. I was like choking on it. You know what I mean? Like, like something just happened to me right there as I was reading these stats.
Well, they don't like
I got immensely sick.
They don't like their Yankee coach at Alabama. They probably still won't like DeBoer after this. They're not.
Bring me back, Saban.
Yeah, seriously, Saban.
Well, Saban's like, hey, I can't do all the time. I can't, and then he's on
college game day every week.
Game day every week.
Yeah,
and dealing with Pat
all the
McAfee.
travel and
I love Pat.
I love Pat. I love Pat so much.
We got to talk about. I'm seeing too many made kicks on college game day.
Someone, the girl that did it today,
they need to bring it back.
The girl that did it today missed, but then Herbstreit
they also give him like 3 times.
Yeah, he's like, all right, well, you can. So what we're gonna do is actually you can miss your
it's
first.
no
one.
longer $1 million. It's now only $500,000.
Yeah.
No, the girl today missed, and then Herbstreit picked the ball up and threw it through, and they counted it, and she got $300K.
She better have a good story or something, or did they just randomly?
I didn't see the story. I just know she was picked.
They never have a good story. It's
She
always
missed.
like,
I didn't
what
even watch
time
the
did you
kick.
get here? It's like 2 a.m. I haven't left.
Yeah.
I helped them build the sets.
Yeah, I also played like high school varsity soccer. So I'm gonna that's what they're like.
Oh yeah, no.
But
like,
I've never kicked a field goal before.
I mean, one day there's just gonna be this guy who's like I'm having like
a really hard time.
I'm having a really hard time and all that.
Those
Pat's
are
gonna
the
be like,
words.
he's gonna be like, all right, well if you miss this, you suck.
Yeah, and then he's gonna miss it and just ruin his.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, oh, dude, like you probably always talk trash about kickers. He's like, no, I respect kickers.
He's like,
no, you don't.
He's
No,
like,
you don't.
he's
I
like-
know you
he's
don't.
like, yeah,
Get out of here.
He's like, I've been here since midnight. I was supposed to come later with my girlfriend, but she
broke up
dumped
with
me.
me.
And then McAfee's gonna do the like Charlie Brown, like whip the ball out when he's about to kick.
No,
Loser. And then bring in the dude who's with the dude's girlfriend now to just absolutely drill the kick.
no, she dumped me for the starting quarterback of the other team. I don't know, like I was gonna marry her. I have this ring in my pocket, like,
But I couldn't afford a better ring. All I need is
I just need
$150,000.
$150,000, and I can do my dream wedding.
Doink.
Kicks it, nails someone in the first row. Like,
Absolutely drills.
I've always wanted to see that. Just someone absolutely like rip it into like the side, be like nail.
That'd be so funny.
Nail some sorority girl, just like who was also been there since like 3 a.m.
Yeah, just
like.
I want to honestly, someone should do that. Just don't care about the money and just go up there and just like turn around and just boot it like directly into the crowd.
Just pick someone out in that first row that just like
Yeah.
kind of makes you mad just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little
No,
bit,
no,
and you're
no.
aiming right for them.
No, right before he kicks it, grabs a football. It's a fake. It's a fake. Just run it into the end zone. It's good. It's good.
They'd probably count that honestly. If you did that, I think they would count it.
Or
They
someone
probably
out of
would.
nowhere would tackle you.
No, I'm just gonna like Jimmy.
Pat McAfee would come in and just lower his shoulder.
I'm just gonna Jimmy Graham style, just like posterize a girl in the first row, like while I dunk it on the uprights. Head tap.
Make it. I'm gonna crowd surf and jump in. Everyone moves. You just fall straight down.
Face plant right into the grass.
All right, I guess we'll take a look at this weekend slate. I think the big one here. I mean, a lot of teams honestly are off this week, but the big game, and it's where game day is. It's Vandy, Alabama.
Yeah,
It's the smart school
I was
versus
about to say that. The smarty pantses versus
it's the
jeans.
Footballs.
Jeans
yeah
versus the overalls.
it's
Bama's 12.5-point favorites in that one. 2 ranked teams.
Just so
Like it's in Bama, but 12.5 points is a lot.
I think it's way too much.
yeah.
I think so too.
Especially with their history of how many times, except for that one year when it's like, we're going to teach you how we play SEC ball, and then they lost by like 50. But besides that one
Come down
year,
here, come down here,
Vandy was
Bama.
notorious.
We want Bama.
Come up here to Vandy. We gonna teach you how to play some SEC ball.
You just lose it.
59-0.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
We were talking about that. That's another great moment. I do think all time we want the ball and we're gonna score with NFL, and then just immediately drops back the pass and just throws a.
There's also I don't want the ball. I don't want the ball. The do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
No.
Was that Michael Jackson?
Yeah, I was like, all
I
right.
don't want the ball.
It was the I'm blanking on his name. Miami safety. It was like on a third down play. It was like back in the 2000s.
Oh God! So that Miami team was
Deep pass down the sideline, and he's coming from over the top, and he absolutely just
Oh yeah, when
crushes-
he
he murders the receiver on the sideline.
Oh,
but
yeah, and
afterwards he was talking about it.
He
He
could have easily intercepted it.
Yeah.
Afterwards he was talking about it. He's like, I could have got that ball, but I don't want the ball.
Oh, I don't want the ball.
I don't want the ball.
The Miami
I
team
wanted
was
the
different
man.
back in
The
the
Miami
day.
team has like 50 federal charges.
I wanted the
And then
man. It's
Tebow just
crazy.
rocking out.
Tebow.
Tebow
Well, dude,
time.
Tebow.
Who was there?
He
Was it
balanced them
was it
out.
Urban Meyer was their coach, right?
Yeah.
No, he would do like he would do like winners and losers tables at team meals, and would put the players that he thought were good at the team meals and give them like steaks and stuff, and then he would give them like cafeteria burgers to the losers and make them get their own food, and then the winners table would have like waiters and stuff. He was like a.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
That's how it's meant to be done.
They were doing midnight
Too many
workouts.
of you have scholarships. I need to differentiate you some other
They were
way.
doing midnight lifts on a Friday night before they played a game on Saturday.
That team was different.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
So different.
reminds me of the Reds when they used to wear those cutoff jerseys. When it
Yeah.
was like Yasiel Puig.
Yeah.
What was the other guy? Oh, he was a stud, but they were all like curling.
Dietrich?
Yeah, and they
With the
like
big
they
with the big
yeah,
chains.
and they wouldn't wear the undershirt. They like refused to wear the red
Yeah.
undershirt, so they were just like wearing vests with no sleeves. That's how bad that team was. They were wearing vests with no sleeves, just doing barbell curls.
You guys hear the
in
you
the
guys hear the story
dugout.
that just came out about how Aaron Donald, there was this kid he his make-a-wish was to meet Aaron Donald and like work out with Aaron Donald, and
Aaron
he
Donald
just
make him
recovered.
puke.
Yeah, he just recovered from cancer, and then Aaron Donald, he's like, Aaron Donald, I want to work out with you, and he's like obviously recovering, right? And Matthew Stafford said he looks over, and Aaron Donald's just like hammering like curls, and this kid's like puking over the trash can because he did the workout with Aaron. And then he goes,
like 5
yeah. He goes. You want to work out there? You want to be Aaron Donald? You gotta work out like Aaron Donald or something like that. Like,
You remember that one video where it was DK Metcalf
Yeah.
and Aaron Donald both being interviewed, and they were like, "DK, do you think you could bench more than Aaron Donald?" And he was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And then they were like, "What do you bench?" He was like 300 something, like 385 or whatever. And they looked at Aaron Donald. Was like, "What do you bench?" He was like 500, and DK was like, "Oh, oh."
No, I mean, there's
Never
a video.
mind.
He was like with his son, and he's like, all right, getting my son tough for football season, and his son's like running in with a helmet, and Donald just goes, like nails him, like almost knocks him over. I'm like, oh my god,
Aaron Donald's psycho. The only guy who will ever train a
terrifying.
defensive line with knives being like
I
thrown
forgot he
at
did
his
that.
head, pretty much.
Why would they do? Why was he training with knives, bro? That was not necessary.
Because you do not want to be hit by those.
Yeah,
You don't train with knives, okay?
Sup, Kurt?
yeah. I'm gonna become a quarterback and train with live grenades and just chuck.
No,
them.
it's like
You know what you gotta do?
Dodgeball. It's like
yeah.
If you're a
you
quarterback,
dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Stick of dynamite, light it, drop back. You're gonna have to get that thing out quickly.
Get that out.
You're gonna learn how to get that ball out quickly.
Tua's gonna have like 4 fingers by the end of first practice, first drive.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah, actually, he's gonna chase. I know someone who lost a couple fingers to some fireworks.
Really?
If you're listening and you're a
True
kid,
patriot.
don't hold on. Dude, you remember that video do you guys see the video last year outside of Yankee Stadium with the dude who like blew his hand off with a firework?
No.
It was like right outside of Yankee Stadium after they beat the Red Sox, and he's like in such shock that he's just like,
Yeah.
Blew his hand off?
well, yeah, like his finger, because he was holding a fire. Like,
Why do you ever like hold on to fireworks?
it's because
after
you're
you light
drunk
them?
and you don't think that you think it's got longer than it does, but
I release it as soon as I light it.
It's like immediate almost.
As soon as I
Sometimes
light it,
it's too quick.
I'm out of there.
yes,
I'm out of there.
I'd rather be dissatisfied with how long it takes to blow up after I throw it than it just blowing up in my hand. You can attach those.
Absolutely.
You can get those fingers back though.
Yeah, but
You do.
maybe.
No, the
but
hardest-
JPP played with 4 fingers.
The person that I know did it, got his fingers reattached because you just got to find them. That's the hardest part because they go everywhere.
You just gotta find.
He found his like pinky.
Not
in,
even
like,
that big of a deal. You just gotta find them.
He found his pinky in like a bush, and then you just put in like a Ziploc bag with ice, and then they'll
Yeah,
just surgically reattach it.
Guess things we all do.
Things we all do.
If I get my fingers blown off, my first thought is not let me go find my fingers. My first thought is what get me to a hospital.
Where are my fingers?
Well,
Get me to a
You
hospital.
go with the advanced team, and then the people behind you.
I
search
hope
for your
my
fingers.
friends are looking for my fingers.
I'm just gonna start pranking the dude. If someone loses their fingers with me, I'm just gonna be like, "Sorry, dude, we couldn't find your pinky." And then he's gonna come to my house like 5
I'm
years.
not even missing my pinky.
Yeah, he's gonna come down 5 years later to my house. It's like, dude, is that my
It's in a
pinky?
frame.
Is that my
Yeah,
nice.
sorry.
It's like that guy
Sorry
that
we
would
never
go to-
gave it
it's like-
back.
Yeah,
you
can you
ever-
go grab us some ice and
You ever-
just sees
you
my
ever,
pinky?
you ever heard the story of the guy who would go to parties and instead of stealing like a TV or something, he would just always steal like a family photo from the house.
Nice.
So in his room,
Nice.
in his room, he had a closet with like 50 people's like family photos.
I don't know whether that's funny or creepy.
But then he got kicked. He got caught one time because he like stole someone's like, and it was like the only photo they had of like someone's relative
that's
that
messed up.
died. And they're like, dude, who took the photo?
Things we all do.
Yeah, I know.
College, so
Yeah.
college.
My friend's older brother once threw a party, and then someone like kept the window open, and then came back later in the night and took his PS5.
That's insane. That's actually a crime.
Just don't come.
Like not like taking pictures isn't. That's actually a crime.
Yeah, there's definitely. I do think that is grand larceny technically.
Cincinnati's now up 23-7
Wow.
and has the
Oh, also,
ball.
before we
I
end the
think it's about to
segment,
be 24-7.
Clemson sucks.
Oh, they're terrible. I had them as my number 1 team going into the season too.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you do your rankings?
I did my rankings.
Yeah.
What,
Did you
this
do your,
week?
Are you on the rankings?
I'm not on the board. If I was Oregon, I'd give an Oregon number 1.
I mean, you should
Oregon's-
because
I gave
Chris
Oregon
hasn't done his
2.
rankings ever.
Yeah, sub Chris out. Get him.
Yeah, you need
He's
to
just
start
salty
joining.
about Texas.
Bench Chris. Me?
No,
Chris is salty about Texas. He's-
no,
Chris
no.
is
but
a fake
Chris,
Texas
Chris
fan.
is
Oh no,
Chris
Chris
is
chooses
in
a
like
new
the
college team every
spreadsheet.
year.
Chris is a
And
fake
Chris
Texas
hasn't
fan.
done the spreadsheet once.
Kurt, do not give me horns down back there. Hook 'em.
Horns
Big game
down.
today against DJ Lagway, who is actually terrible. So it's
Yeah.
not
Also,
really a big game.
why is Arch Manning flexing on community college players?
Because he's tough, Mr.
I
Aura.
knew he was gonna say that.
Mr. Aura.
Have you seen the one thing where it's like the
Son
Joe
Juco
Burrow?
players, that's tough.
It's like the Joe Burrow clip where he's like
Yeah.
Arch Manning when he beats Sam Houston.
Yeah.
Like
Sam Houston State.
When he beats Bishop Sycamore.
Bishop Sycamore.
That's
Arch-
one of J.J. McCarthy's wins in high school.
Bishop Sycamore.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, with IMG.
Oh yeah, that is true.
When they
Oh,
fielded.
he wasn't gone. He wasn't at Michigan then.
No, he beat Bishop. Yeah, that's like
what,
why.
what year was Bishop Sycamore?
Dude, I don't even. But that's why people say that like his like undefeated record or whatever in high school is so fraudulent because like one of those wins is Bishop Sycamore, bro.
I don't know how one win makes it fraudulent. Especially when you're playing at IMG Academy, where it's like you're playing
You're playing
like,
all the best of the best
of
across
the
the country.
best.
No.
But no,
Including
one
Bishop Sycamore.
one phony win. You're no longer
You
perfect.
gotta go, I want to go to a Texas high school football game.
Oh, they're electric. They're actually electric.
They seem
Yeah,
insane.
ask Barrett how it is. He'll tell you about it for days.
The good old days.
Oh, they're so fun to go to.
Do you guys play football in high school?
I did.
I
I
played
played-
football until I was in middle school.
I played 2 years. I played freshman, sophomore year.
My friend was the backup quarterback, so we'd always just like chant for him to come on.
Little Alex Moran.
Yeah. Well, he actually came on when we were down by like 3 touchdowns in the playoffs, like semifinals, and he led a touchdown drive, and we kind of got back into the game. So.
Did you lose though?
Yeah.
Yeah, story's never gonna be told.
That one's going to the grave.
Yeah. We once had a guy. My high school once lost in the semifinals and they played on Sports Center because 99-yard touchdown, and then the kid punched it out at the one.
That's
Ooh,
actually
that is
crazy.
brutal.
Yeah. Also, the kid's uncle works at ESPN, so that was a little fraudulent. Sports Center top 10 though.
I mean, my high school we had Ben Morrison, who was an All-American at Notre Dame, drafted by the
Oh,
Buccaneers.
yeah, the corner.
Yeah, the corner. Zach Swanson, who actually used to play at Texas and now plays at ASU. They had Kurt Warner's son, E.J. Warner, who now plays at Temple. Larry Fitzgerald's son currently plays there.
Nice.
Thing is, we never won anything. So
Really?
I have two.
my sophomore year, the quarterback and only quarterback for the varsity team got hurt, so the running back played quarterback, and I don't think there was a
Wildcat.
reception. I don't think there was a reception past 10 yards.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
It was
God. If I was a
one of the
receiver
most
in that
boring
offense,
Yeah, and I'm trying to get
years
offers.
ever. It
That's-
was so bad.
My high school has 2 top 15 MLB draft picks. Noble Meyer was 15th by freshman year. He got traded, but he got through finally to the Phillies. And then 2 years ago, a kid I went to high school with was number 10. Went to the Marlins.
I had class with Jordan Lawler in high school. You guys know who that is,
Who?
right? Jordan Lawler. He's one of the top prospects for the Diamondbacks. Shortstop.
Oh, really? Actually,
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I had Spanish
I know
class
who
with
you're talking
him.
about now. I went trick or treating with Larry Fitzgerald's son. So if we want to keep doing this, I can do this. All right.
We can go band for band
I
with
can
this.
go band for band.
Speaking of,
He was a Roman. He was
speaking
like
of-
a little toga. I don't know what I was. Don't know why I remember his
Why,
costume, but not
why
mine.
you remember someone else's costume and not yours?
Because it's Larry Fitzgerald's son.
Oh wait, I want to find that one. I want to find that one photo.
It's going so
I know. I want to find that one segment of the dude where he's doing his like report on like hogs. Do you remember that?
Curtis Mouth. What is happening?
1 second.
I don't know. I don't know, Kurt. I don't know what is going on. This was a college football segment, and now we're talking about athletes that we've had class with
Yeah.
and trick or treated with.
Treated with.
You trick or treated with him?
No. Max said he trick or treated with Larry's son,
Yeah,
Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Me
You
and
met-
Larry.
you
Me
met
and Larry
Larry?
on a first name basis. You know Larry?
Why don't you just go trick or treating with his son? I mean, I met him. It's like his son wasn't just dropped off at the door. It's like, all right,
I don't know.
see ya.
I don't know how
I was
old
young.
you
I was
were.
like 10.
Oh yeah, this is what
Okay.
I'm talking about. You guys seen James Cook's like you know on Blackboard sometimes you gotta do the discussions.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard James Cook's discussion board?
No.
I'm gonna this will end the segment. Okay, the caption. Feral hogs.
Nice.
Why are feral hog populations so hard to contain? Because the population are big and all they do is keep making 100 of feral hogs. And I think they do is make their mark everywhere they at, and they are trying to stop them, but they cannot because, and then capital, there are about 2 million of these hogs, and ordinary hunting and these feral hogs are very dangerous, and these types of animals are only in the southern.
That's the guy who's going to win my fantasy league for me. Yes.
Truly ahead of his time.
I just love the like because with no period and then capital of there.
No, he definitely wrote that after like a 4-day practice or like 1 day 4 practices and was so tired that he was like,
this is at 9:20 a.m. in July.
Right, never mind.
Why are hog populations so
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe it was 2 hours on the field, 1 hour in the weight room.
I just love the idea that all they do is keep making 100 of feral hogs.
That is wild.
Big question. All right.
Question for the ages.
Yeah, question for the ages. Thoughts on feral hogs? Why are there so many feral hogs? What's Shadur up to?
What is Shadur up
What's
to?
Shadur up to? That'll wrap up. Well, he's turned into a mime apparently. That'll wrap up our college football segment. It was fun having you, Brendan, Max, but don't go anywhere. We got the last hour of the show. It'll be talking about the New York Football Giants coming up as Kurt subs back in. Lot to talk about there. Some sad news, some maybe positive news if you're a Giants fan. Stay tuned right after this break.
You're listening to WFUV, New York. Hey, welcome back to One-on-One, New York's longest-running sports call-in show. I'm back. Probably not talking about feral hogs in this segment. I'm not sure. Maybe it comes up.
Rest easy, Malik neighbors.
Well, listen, I was going
We
to
have
get to
the
that.
watch.
I was going to get to that, man. Why do we have to? Can I just start? Can I just start the segment? All right. I'm all over the place.
You started talking about feral hogs, Kurt.
No,
You
I
can't
said
get out of it.
no more feral hogs. I didn't start the conversation
but
about
you-
feral. No.
But you can't bring up feral hogs. If you want to stop talking about feral hogs, you don't. They multiply, Kurt. That's what they do. That's
feral
what
hogs.
takes
They're in my mind.
Have you seen? I know we're not talking about feral hogs, but have you seen the one thing where it's like feral hog the hog populations in the U.S. and then the whole like around the U.S. is like it's like the dots are black and then like outside the U.S. is like all black and he's like unlimited or untapped unlimited hog population in the ocean.
Welcome back to Hog Talk, guys.
Welcome back to
we're
Hog
talking all
Talk.
things
If you want to
Hogs.
call in to Hog Talk, one-on-one New York's longest running sports call-in show, 718-817-2750. That's 718-817-2750. The New York Football Giants. Jackson Dart gets his first start. Gets his first win. I will get there, Griffin.
Kurt, you can't start with Jackson Dart. There is a big elephant in the room.
You know, the elephant can stand. Camp Scatterboo. The elephant can stand in the room just a little bit longer while I break that down.
I don't know if he can.
The elephant.
Yeah, I don't think he can stand any longer, Kurt.
The invisible elephant needs to go.
He needs a chair. Someone get a chair.
Someone get the elephant a chair. All right. I'll do this now. Malik Neighbors on a drive, the turf at MetLife Stadium claims another victim, and Malik Neighbors tears his ACL and is out for the rest of the season. I'm going to be honest, it makes me really sad as a Giants fan because the Giants were like on a roll during this game. I mean, it looked like things started to go well. They looked like a more complete team. The defense looked better. Their offense was looking a lot better. And now without Malik Neighbors, I don't know where else you go with this. I mean, Wan'Dale Robinson now moves into your one spot, but Wan'Dale's not really that great. And now you are still playing a run-heavy offense in general because Malik Neighbors was the only guy that was going to catch the football for the most part. And now that's all up in the air. Brian Dable is probably even more stressed out because you saw him hugging Malik Neighbors after the game. Did you see the tweet about someone was describing what was going on in the locker room, and he was like, Jackson Dart got a loving embrace from Coach Brian Dable after the game. And that was like a real report. That wasn't like, I was like, I don't really know what to say with this. Because he was so excited that he looked like he just won the Super Bowl.
Because they won?
Yeah. But it wasn't like it was like such an impressive win.
I mean, they did.
And Malik Neighbors, your best.
They did let Scatterboo run the ball 25 times.
Cam Scatterboo's the king of that, man.
Insane.
Cam Scatterboo's so good.
He went from being like a backup week one, like he was going to be like the guy who's just kind of like a utility player week one, and then he all of a sudden is getting 25 carries a game, as well as 2 receptions.
Can I say 2 receptions? Can I say for the Malik Neighbors thing? I think in a weird roundabout way. I mean, it's horrible for his future.
Hey, you drafted him in all your fantasy leagues, no?
Yeah, I did, because God forbid you believe in a kid, okay? God forbid, right? But no, seriously, I think, I mean, it's horrible for him and career
really
trajectory. Sad. It's really sad. Honestly, of course I was upset about fantasy, but like when I was like thinking about it, like in the moment, I was like, dude, this is just so tragic for him because I really think he is one of, if not the best, like young receiving talent.
He's wide receiver one.
Yeah, but in a weird way, it makes the Giants season a little easier because I honestly think this season was all about keeping Malik Neighbors happy. That way he doesn't leave.
I don't know if that keeps him happy though.
No, but But now you don't have to worry about getting him targets.
I guess so.
Although Dart was targeting him a lot, I'm bummed. I really want to see how how Dart would use him.
I'm right now. I don't know how much of a belief I have in Jackson Dart. He wasn't really that good. He had like 13 completions on 20 attempts, 111 yards. I mean, he wasn't like incredible. I'm not going to be a Giants fan that's going to sit here and talk about how like he's the future of this entire organization and he's the guy moving forward. That's going to be incredible. Listen, he is going to be probably pretty good as long as the Giants defense is good. That's it. The Giants defense is going to prop him up.
He was statistically pretty horrible, actually.
The Giants defense still propped him up.
I still think it's way too early to be playing him, though.
I agree with that.
Like, I don't see what the point is at this point,
you won a
especially
game.
Since Malik is injured and gone for the season.
Yeah.
What is the point of having your rookie quarterback, throwing to receivers who aren't
named Malik Neighbors?
Yeah.
That are now named Darius Slayton?
Like, they're not the top people. Like, why would you ever think about... Like, he shouldn't have...
No.
Starting him was a mistake. Great, they won, and that's not going to be good for them because they're going to start him this next week. I mean, you have a guy like Jameis Winston on the bench. If you really were so opposed to starting Russell Wilson, why not start the guy who could genuinely be a starting quarterback for half the league right now?
It's true. And again, can I just do our shameless plug really quick?
Yes.
Jameis, If you're out there, if you're listening to WFUV's One-on-One on the radio from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Maybe he's up. Maybe he
I
can't
think he's
sleep
up.
tonight.
He might be up. He might be up thinking about the game tomorrow.
He might be.
He might be. Come on. Talk to us. We want to interview Jameis. Please. That would be awesome. That would be really cool.
It'd be even cooler if you came in person.
Came in person. We'll bring cannolis.
Ooh.
We can bring cannolis.
The oregano.
Yeah, we can bring oregano. He loves oregano, I've heard.
Yeah.
Oregano's
We get a snow machine up in here.
We'll
We
get a
might be
snow
able to get a
machine.
snow machine.
We get a snow cone machine too.
Snow
Yeah.
cone machine. We're promising a
Let's
lot,
have a party.
Jameis. We're promising a lot, Jameis. We can probably guarantee cannolis and oregano. I'm not sure about the snow machine, but you never know.
We can get some Fat Tuesday in here, which is a big Louisiana thing.
We could do that. We could we can get some what are they called? Now I'm forgetting. Not Zeppelis.
Oh, the ones that are in like Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
Oh.
We can get an
beignets.
entire
Beignets.
king
We can get
cake
some
in here.
beignets.
No, it's out of the season, but we can get the
We
entire king cake.
Could figure it
And
out.
I'll make sure you get the baby Jesus, Jameis. I will make sure of
every slice has a baby Jesus. Whatever slice we just eat the baby Jesus.
I'll eat it, yeah, so he doesn't know.
So he has no idea.
What about Yeah, we could get like. Can we get crab? Like, can we get like a seafood
we
boil?
Ooh, get a little seafood boil.
here.
Get some
While
crawdads.
he's eating, we just eat the seafood boil here, or we make it in the studio. We make the seafood boil in stew. That's the
Jameis, we're
that's the
promising a
show.
lot here, and
That's
I
the
promise
show.
you, if you say yes, we'll make it happen.
We'll make
WFUV
everything
studio.
happen.
WFUV seafood boil with Jameis Winston would be elite.
Wait, that's like an incredible show idea.
Yeah.
We got to hit up Joe Henry.
Joe Henry's in
Joe Henry's
that
in the
room?
other studio, and Bobby C
Yeah,
is in
Bobby-
that room. I think
C in
Bobby
this
is
room?
agreeing with us that seafood boil in the parking lot might be the
Seafood boil
greatest.
with Jameis
might
Winston.
be the greatest event.
Homecoming weekend. Seafood boil. Jameis Winston.
Wait, this is like the most incredible.
Bobby, I
thing.
need you to start
Bobby,
pulling
could
some
you-
strings
Bobby,
in the Giants
Bobby,
organization.
Are you hearing us right now?
Call in
Bobby,
every
can you respond?
favor.
Every favor you've
Bobby
ever
agrees?
had.
Bobby likes it. Bobby likes the idea. Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it, Bobby. On that mic, Bobby. Mike, that one over there. You know. All right. Let's see what Bobby has to say for
Yeah,
us.
Brandon doesn't know what he's doing.
Just, I don't think we have
You're freaking
headphones,
out
so
back
Bobby
there.
might just have to talk on the mic without the headphones, and we'll talk back. No, it's on Studio B already. We're good. We're all good.
There we
Good.
go.
I think they should name you the general manager of the New York Football Giants.
I mean, if they'll do that, I'm starting Jameis Winston.
Because I don't know what's going on there. I really don't. I'm excited about Dart, but I wouldn't get carried away. It's one game. You know, neighbors not being there, it's going to hurt them the rest of the way. Schedule is still tough.
Yeah, their schedule's like the
Their
hardest.
schedule is, they have the Eagles coming
I
up.
can't hear what you're saying without a headset. But
I know. Eagles coming up. They have the Saints, who they are dogs to for some reason. They are 1.5 dogs to the Saints for whatever reason. You're playing the Eagles twice in the next 3 weeks. I mean,
they've been horribly mismanaged.
everything is kind of up in the air.
The thing is I would understand a little more if there was like inklings of a project, but I don't really see. I don't get what they're trying to do with that offense. Malik Neighbors is great, but like, I honestly am not a believer they should. I don't know why you took Dart. I don't.
Well,
I also don't know why you reached for Dart.
I know why they took Dart is because Brian Dable is trying to secure his job. That is the entire reason
Well, yeah.
why they took Dart.
I think math would tell you probably should have gone O-line and another wide receiver, and then
Well, O-line is the biggest
Especially
issue that
when
the
you have
Giants have had
Jameis Winston
for
and
how many years
which
now?
is kind of
The
crazy
O-line's
that
been
no.
struggling.
I don't get why teams don't do this more. O-linemen are probably the most NFL-ready players out of anyone that you can draft for the most part. So
Because they're all like 28.
yeah,
after
just put them in the
college, so.
just put them in.
I was just going to say, like, you know, for me, on a more serious note, right, like you see him perform well in that game, and obviously Giant fans are thirsty for anything that's going to be positive, okay? So Dart brought the energy, he brought the aura, the juice, and that's great. But some of the moves that you saw him make, especially plays with his feet, very reminiscent of Daniel Jones at his best, right, with the Giants. So it's not a knock to Dart, and again, it was a huge win for the team. I think it changes the momentum for them. It gives them something to be excited about. But at the same time, it's one game. Even good teams like the Chargers are going to have setbacks in football, and you can lose a game in any week, even to an inferior team, which I think the Giants, of course, are at this point. But you look at what Dart did, he did a lot of good things, especially on the first drive, bringing, again, that energy. But there's still so much to see for him. And quarterbacks have come in and sometimes performed well for a week or two or even 2 or 3 weeks. And even the same, obviously in Indianapolis with Jones. I'm not saying that he won't be good for the rest of the year. But in the NFL, because things are so much of an impact from week to week, if somebody does play well for a few weeks, right, then all of a sudden you start having these conversations about MVP or how great they can be. And there have been quarterbacks that have had good rookie seasons that then never find it again. So, I guess what the point is I think here in New York, when we find anybody that's any sort of good in any of our sports, we tend to probably hype them up a bit, which could be good and bad because, again, I'm not sure that Dart is still the franchise quarterback that they think he's going to be. It's a step in the right direction. But it remains to be seen whether or not he will be that guy long term. And I think another thing, too, that's happened here in New York and a lot of places, of course, with the pressure being what it is that the expectation is always so high for players to perform instantly and then for eternity that even that expectation might be asking too much of anybody in a way. You know what I mean? So, if he goes out and has a clunker in his second outing, that might bring some of that, mojo that they have for him down.
I fully agree with you, Bobby, that Jackson Dart's being thrust into a situation that's unfair. I think that that's the best way you can put it. It is unfair. Because look at the schedule that the Giants have coming up. These are the next games. The Saints, which the Giants should win, I think they might be dogs now because Malik is out, and now you're going into New Orleans, and now you're also starting Jackson Dart, a rookie quarterback. You have the Eagles, the Broncos, who arguably have the best defense in the league. Then you have the Eagles again. Then you have the 49ers, the Bears, the Packers, and the Lions. Where are those wins coming from? Where is anything coming from when it comes to that? There's almost no wins that the Giants can go get easily other than maybe the Saints, but the Saints are going to give you issues. And the Giants against the Eagles, the Giants are going to be lucky if the Eagles don't, mercy rule them. Is there a mercy rule in football yet? We have ties, but no mercy rule? The Eagles might mercy rule the Giants.
There should be a mercy rule for that game for sure.
There's going to be I don't want to imagine what Saquon Barkley's going to do to the Giants. Jalen Hurts, who's but still,
I really think that they've almost done what the Yankees fans did to Volpe, where it's he has that great first start, and
hopefully.
he's immediately he's Derek Jeter or he's the next Derek Jeter, all these things, right? And it hurts them in the long run because you have to play up to that, especially in football where you're only playing 18 games a season, depending if with playoffs and all of that. You are really setting them up, and I do still believe this. I don't think Jackson Dart should not have started until week 12, 13.
Russ is still a serviceable quarterback, and we saw that a bunch of times, especially against
Jameis Winston's serviceable.
They're all serviceable.
Jameis Winston could go start.
Yeah,
Jameis Winston should go start for the Bengals or someone else right now because, if I'm him, he's kept a great attitude, and me and Kurt are all-time fans of Jameis Winston.
We are all-time. We're gonna get fan club jerseys.
We're gonna get fan club jerseys
soon enough.
But he's genuinely they're almost disrespecting Jameis Winston by playing this guy who's he hasn't proved anything, and now like you were saying, they're there's no real project going on.
Yeah,
right
there's
now.
nothing.
It just seems like you're throwing him out there to get people in the stands.
And the thing with Dart is that we saw it in college. He's an error-prone quarterback, which won't help him, I think, in the court of public opinion when they do turn on him. He is known for when he's good, but when he's not, he's known for throwing some pretty awful picks, just chucking the ball downfield, and he's the project is making him a serviceable NFL quarterback, and I don't think he's there. And even if they could get him there, I don't think he's worth the time. I don't think it's worth the time that it would take to make him that. You shouldn't be doing that right now.
But if he didn't start a single game this year, that would be better off for the franchise. I mean,
you go out and get
you don't draft a guy in that with that pick in the hopes of him just being a a serviceable person, like a serviceable quarterback for a couple years.
Trade up
to
even.
someone. Yeah, it's like, all right,
It's to
if you were
save
gonna do
Brian
that,
Dable's job.
if you were gonna do that, like you could have drafted Shedeur if you really wanted just someone who was gonna put people in
What's
seats.
Shedeur up to?
They should have drafted Shedeur, honestly.
But that's like my other point that well, actually, you can get to Shedeur about his mouthing his responses to the press after he was not named even QB2 after the injuries. But I think the Giants, when you're talking about fans and seats, and I don't want to theorize at all, but the Giants have also struggled in this season to sell tickets. I mean, they haven't sold out their season tickets, which is rare for the New York Giants. It's a thing that really, there was actually some pretty big reporting on it because it's hard to get Giants season tickets and people aren't buying them right now. So butts and seats is a pretty big deal for the Giants. And when they're putting a good performance on not a good performance, but good other teams on the field, it will sell tickets. But you still have to put up competitive performances. And they aren't doing that with Jackson Dart in the game. I mean, I know they won this game, but I just don't know if this will be the future of the Giants. Will be Jackson Dart throwing 100 yards and the defense hopefully saving his skin.
And I will say this real quick. This is slightly unrelated, but Malik Neighbors, torn ACL. Obviously, you have the Aaron Rodgers injury on the same turf.
Oh, change the grass.
So many injuries in the same turf. The World Cup is coming where they're not allowed to play on turf. They have to play on grass. I don't see any, it's been proven, and everyone's already said that the turf at MetLife is terrible.
Awful.
And you're already going to have to put in grass above that turf, which, by the way, is not going to go well it didn't go well for the Club World Cup because it was terrible grass that they put on. They just need to plant grass.
I think that Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl was the worst thing that could have happened to grass in the NFL because I think a lot of teams see that and got a little scared.
I just think that,
but it's because they're all wearing cleats that aren't meant.
Yeah,
they're meant for turf.
Also,
they're not meant for.
These guys are billionaires. Just poach guys who do this for Premier League soccer teams. Just poach them and get them to manage your grass.
I mean, most and the thing is too is most soccer teams in Europe, a big number of them are owned by Americans. It's not even really poaching. It's just calling in a favor to your other billionaire friend to come do that.
The Glazers own United and Tampa Bay. The Kroenkes own Arsenal and the Rams, and the Rams play on turf. It's funny. The Rams play on turf, and Arsenal's known for their stadium is literally nicknamed the carpet for how good their grass is at that stadium at the Emirates.
And also thinking about let's say the Cardinals. The Cardinals play on grass still. In Arizona, they literally have a system that rolls the grass outside and rolls the grass back inside because it's a closed.
They have that in Vegas too, right?
They might have added it to Vegas as well.
I think I've seen that in Vegas. It's pretty cool.
I mean, I understand MetLife and it being when it gets with all the snow that is gonna and the weather that's gonna hit it, maybe, but at that point, maybe it's time to invest because now you're losing money.
Let's dome it up.
Now you've lost Aaron Rodgers, you've lost Malik Neighbors. Those are two big things that you are now losing money on.
Absolutely
by you just not getting grass.
There's absolutely zero way that the MetLife Stadium gets a dome before they get grass.
No, but I'm saying MetLife sucks. It's a boring stadium. It's outdated. It's
the
not
only reason
good.
it was chosen for the World Cup is because
it's in New York City.
It's New York
MetLife
City,
is
but
a
it's also
bad
just
stadium.
because it's the way it's built is very easy to watch soccer.
It's also
that
hard
way.
to get to.
It is.
So
it's incredible. I went to. Who was
it's
it?
It's like Camp Nou, just not as cool.
Yeah.
It was. I saw Messi play in. I don't remember what it was.
Club World Cup.
It wasn't the Club World Cup. It was country, but I don't remember what.
Copa America.
Copa America. I saw him play there, and it took me from Manhattan. I was in Manhattan at the time. It took me 2 hours by car to get to MetLife
They also
Stadium.
drop you out. They also drop you off if you take the bus from Penn. They drop you off on a random side of the road, a 25-minute walk away from the stadium, and you just gotta walk there. It's insane. It's just boring. There's nothing to look at in there. It's a really bland stadium.
There's zero way that the Giants or the Jets are leaving that stadium anytime soon. They built it not too long ago, and before that happens, there will probably be grass or more turf injuries because that's just what's going to happen. I think there should be grass. I mean, you can't just keep watching your stars break
they
your
have an
ACLs.
unbelievable opportunity to have an excuse. They're already gonna have to put grass in.
I mean, the
World
Commanders
Cup.
are fun. They're getting rid of their stadium. They have a cursed field as well, and they're getting rid. That being said, though, the Cardinals' grass is kind of known for some injuries. So I will say, I
was waiting for that.
I've seen a lot of Seahawks players get hurt in Arizona.
Yeah, but it's just like I think that's just because no one's wearing like the cleats that they wear are for turf.
Yeah,
everyone plays on turf, and now at this point, it's like the cleats. Like you look at their studs are so short.
Well, if we want to talk about management really quickly in the league, can I pose a question to you guys? And I think it's been brought into the conversation, especially after Thursday night's game. I think the NFL made a maybe not monetarily, but a horrible mistake when moving the Rams to LA and moving. LA Rams have no fans. They genuinely
it's just celebrities.
We can break this down in the general NFL.
Yeah,
segment.
that's what I'm saying. Do you want
to? We could save that one.
Yeah.
Want to save that one?
Yeah, we'll save that.
We'll scrap it. We'll put it up in the shelf.
Yeah.
That can be our last segment.
Yeah.
We can talk about that. We'll put that on the shelf.
Fake crowd noise of the team.
Fake crowd noise, but the New York Giants fumbling. Hopefully, maybe we'll win another game against the Saints. I don't see another world where they win another one. League neighbors, rest up. We'll see you soon. And
we'll see you in Valhalla.
We'll see you in Valhalla eventually. We're gonna get to the other team.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to the other team that plays in the MetLife Stadium up next. Gang Green, and this is WFUV Sports 1-on-1.
Hello, everybody. I'm Chris Carino.
And I'm Joe Henry.
Tune in weekly for NFL Friday, your exclusive WFUV sports podcast for all things National Football League.
We'll be covering everything on and off the gridiron for the biggest sports league in the world every week on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcast.
Can the Eagles repeat?
Will the Jets or Giants finally take a leap?
What's Shadur up to?
All of that and more on NFL Friday on WFUV Sports.
After a quick break, we are back in the Rose Hill Studios in the Bronx, New York. And this is 1-on-1 WFUV Sports, and it's New York's longest-running sports call-in show. And if you want to call into New York's longest-running sports call-in show, number is 718-817-2750, 718-817-2750. You know, last night I was telling my roommates the number, and I was really impressed with myself that I memorized it. I didn't think I memorized that number, and I was happy about it. If you want an update about the Fordham football game, if you are listening to 1-on-1, Lafayette, the Leopards, are now up 7-0 against Fordham in the second quarter with 9:59 and ticking. So that's going on right now as well if you want to listen to that on 90.7. But we're going to talk about more football, the New York Jets, who are coming in against the Cowboys this season, next game. And, Brendan's like all amped up right now for the Cowboys against the Jets.
Yeah.
He said them boys, the Cowboys, but I don't really love the Cowboys in general.
You're a wild card team at best in a first-round exit, Brendan.
Yeah, not going to lie. Best offense in the league, okay. I guess I can give it to you.
No.
I guess, maybe.
No.
Maybe.
We're giving him that? We're giving him that?
I'm not giving it to him, but I don't want to. Let's hear it. What do you say?
Statistically best offense, but it's just clearly not the best offense in the league.
Eye test matters the most, in my opinion. That's what happens for me. But
the Lions are clearly the best offense in the league.
Yeah, Lions, the Buffalo Bills.
Lions?
Yes.
The Bills?
Are we talking about just teams, or are we talking about
just in general?
Offenses? The Lions have clearly the best offense in the league.
That week one was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
But they've kind of proved
against the Packers.
Yeah, but Max, what's happened since then though for either teams? It's kind of been a flip of the script.
No, it isn't. Lions are 3-1. Packers are 2-1-1. Packers have 2 games
2-1-1.
that
2-1-1,
which we will get into as well.
We should get to the Jets, but unironically, I think that
we'll talk about the Jets.
That tie will have playoff implications.
It will. The Jets this season, I don't really know how else to say it other than that the Jets have just continued to be awful. Aaron Glenn came into this season like he said all the right things. He sounded like he knew what he was talking about and knew exactly what it meant to be a New York Jet, and they're still off to a horrendous start. They played the Dolphins, and everyone was like, you cannot lose to the Dolphins, and they still managed to lose to the Dolphins. Justin Fields has fumbled the ball. The Jets never recover fumbles. They're 14% of all of they have 14% of the fumbles that they have get recovered. That's 30th in the league. I mean, they're just kind of awful. But Garrett Wilson's off to a great season.
They have a couple of good losses, though.
I mean, I feel like Justin Fields wasn't, besides the fumble, I mean, I don't feel like it was that bad.
I think he's been okay.
I think Justin Fields is fine, but I don't think he's the future of the
226
Jets.
yards. Oh, he's not.
He's not the future of the Jets quarterback room.
I think it's their play calling on offense.
I think it's Jets play calling.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just, I hate saying same old Jets, but that's what it feels
It really
like.
is. And that's how it feels about all New York football teams.
No, because the Giants, like, it's not
a
same
new
old
low.
Giants. Yeah, that's true. The Jets, it's like, this is like bad. Because when you came into the season, you looked at this team and you're like, they are better than the Giants, and they should have had a win already. Maybe 2 wins the Jets
Maybe
should have
even
had.
3 at this point.
Yeah. And they just don't look good.
I think going into the game against the Dolphins, they had 2 games that they could have won. At least one of the 2.
Steelers.
And
Buccaneers
then-
would have been a long shot, though.
Yeah, but they still had, like, they made some, like, they still had a chance, I
Yeah.
think. And then, I mean, if your quarterback's throwing 226 yards, rushing 81 yards, along with your running back rushing 81 yards, and Garrett Wilson having 82 yards on 6 receptions, and you're losing that game, I mean, that's just kind of, like, ridiculous to happen.
Yeah.
Like, that's 3 weeks in a row where you're just like you're something fundamentally is going wrong with the team. That it's like at this point nothing else. You need. I mean, the Bills, and maybe not 3 weeks because the Bills
get
like
2,
you're not going to
but
beat the Bills.
They're
Also-
doing the same thing that a lot of teams do. Sorry, Kurt. They're doing a lot of teams that are bad do, and it's something that honestly you could say with most of the teams that are bad right now with the worst records. And I don't get it from an organizational level. Why don't these guys realize that it is so much it's so worth it to just be god awful for a year intentionally?
But the Jets are always god awful.
No, but I'm
It's not
saying
on the year
but
part.
they try to be. The Giants try to be better than they are. The Jets try to be better than they are.
You have
The
to-
Saints try to be better than they are by just throwing money away at people. Be bad. The teams that have made bounce backs have been bad,
Griffin-
and you invest in.
But I don't think you realize it's so hard. Like, it's only 17 games in an NFL season, and you have to sell out those games because that's where your money. That's where the bread is buttered.
Well, no, it's also because New
Especially
York
'cause
fan
you're not
culture.
No,
getting-
actually, most of the bread comes from media.
Yeah.
Still, though, you have to get your fans in the seats at least.
Yeah, but I would say it's worth it though to have one poor season.
You can
and
have
then,
a bad season and people still show up.
the Jets, it gets empty. It gets real empty real fast.
But I also feel like that's not necessarily like. I think they're a special case because their stadium is just so far from where their fans are.
There's a lot of Jets
Like
fans in New
I
Jersey,
can like
too.
think of like the Cardinals. They've been terrible. They sell out their games.
Yeah, see, I mean, just put stadiums. in your
Panthers,
city. Put
terrible.
your Seahawks-
Sell out their stadiums.
Dude, you can get to.
Even the Falcons.
Yeah, Seahawks Stadium. You can go to
I still
you
just
can get
don't
on a
feel like
ferry
it's
and
like-
walk. You could.
That's pretty cool.
It's literally right there in the like. You just Atlanta, same thing. You just put stadiums where you can just go. Like you can literally be like, all right, yeah, sure, I'll go to a game. Like why not? If tickets are super cheap, like I can just get there. It's not a.
But
thing.
I also
Yeah.
think that this
Not
game
when you
for
have to
the-
take like 2.5 hours to get there.
and
Yeah,
multiple
no,
different
it's bad.
transit forms.
Yeah.
I think that the Jets in this game, if they're gonna win one, I think they can beat the Cowboys. They have some O-line.
No.
They have some O-line issues right now. There are some injuries to some key players on the Cowboys. They're starting some rookie wide receivers and running backs. I'm not sure if they can win, but if you're going to try to win anything, if you're going to try to do something, you should try to win this game against the Cowboys to make some kind of statement win. Brendan's looking at me in the back. You don't think that the problem is the O-line is not going to be an issue, that the Cowboys don't have one with the injuries? You do have 4 guys out, but that's the issue that you guys are going to have. Jerry Jones didn't think about depth.
Brendan is currently.
He's just
discussing what's
talking.
good.
He's just talking into my ear
Should
about
we just go general
how-
NFL at this point? I feel like
how
we're
Micah.
all.
Yeah, we could just.
Let's just
I
turn
mean,
this into
let's
general
just,
NFL.
We could turn this into general final. Just like put a bow on the Jets. Pretty much awful. That's really it. I
Yeah.
think that's all I can say.
They're much awful, honestly.
I think Aaron Glenn. Hopefully, if he doesn't get fired after this year, I don't think he will. But I think if they don't win a game for a while, he might be on the hot seat.
Yeah.
And I think he's the right guy for the job, but he's just not been
Yeah.
dealt the right hand.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for the Jets. Now let's just run it right into general NFL.
Can I do my obligatory, just like Seahawks,
Yeah,
quick, like
go
1
right
minute
ahead.
thing? Seahawks defense is top top 3. We have the statistically best defense in the league, honestly. We do have the best defense in the league. We have the best defensive coach in the league, in my opinion, as well, except for maybe Brian Flores. But McDonald's a head coach.
I'm just not going to even speak.
The NFC is kind of dead this year, man.
Just let you go.
The NFC is wide open. Brendan, I'm going to be honest. I was kind of trolling you about the Wildcard X thing. I think the Cowboys could also win a playoff game or 2. It's literally so open. And I'm not that big on the Eagles this year. I have a weird thing that, like...
I'm not big on the
this
Eagles
is the
this year.
No, this is like...
Okay.
I genuinely was like... Thought I would be like... I went into this being like, oh, it's a good season if the Seahawks win a playoff game. Or like a... I think the Seahawks go to the conference championship now, just because of where the offense is at now with play calling, and our O-line has improved so much. We have the second best statistic passing offense in the league, but we pass the ball bottom half of the league. We run our run offense isn't that good, but we run the ball 4th most in the league. We just got to figure out minor scheme stuff, but Seahawks are good in the NFC.
Shout out Sam Darnold.
Yeah, and the NFC West is just atrocious. We can talk about the Rams and the Niners. The Rams are underrated frauds.
49ers, I mean, I understand that you're going to say this, but the 49ers also played like a really good game.
Yeah, but they're
on
not.
Thursday night against the Rams and stuck it out. And Mac Jones has been really good for them as their backup quarterback.
That'll stop, but it's good.
He threw 342 yards. The Rams are no joke.
No, but I'm saying I think that's good. As a Seahawks fan, I'm glad because the Rams are the team that scares me the most to win the division. But the Rams are kind of sneaky frauds. You lose to Mac Jones. Also, they should have lost to the Colts. Hamilton completely single-handedly lost them that game. Holding on the 50-yard Jonathan Taylor touchdown run, and then more importantly, fumbled the ball in the end zone. That's 14 points.
That was
That's 14 points.
Fumbling the ball in the end zone was bad.
The thing that makes me the most annoyed about the Rams is they don't have fans.
We can break that down.
They don't have
Go right
fans.
ahead. Lead that charge, Griffin Stevenson.
If your team is west of the Mississippi, it's a home game at SoFi. If for the Niners and Seahawks especially, and the Cardinals, it was red. It was entirely red. They have been caught so many times blasting fake crowd noise in that stadium. It's insane. Probably the least deserving fans to have won a Super Bowl in their home stadium. Like genuinely.
Yeah.
No, I feel bad because it's a problem.
It's just straight celebrities.
Well, I think there's a problem honestly in football in general.
I think that comes with having a big market because a big market is also
LA just doesn't care about football.
No, I don't think that's
LA doesn't
true.
care about football.
I think LA cares more about their soccer MLS teams than they care about
LA does not care about football.
I think they care more about LAFC and LA Galaxy.
LA cares about the Raiders. If they care about football, they care about the Raiders. Anyone who in LA is a Raiders fan, that's like if you grew up in LA, you're a Raiders fan.
I just think that the issue is that a lot of these big market teams, so I'll be realistic here. Big markets, regular fans cannot afford to go to games. Football games, especially, you cannot afford to go.
Yeah, it's like $800.
If the Giants are really good, if the Giants or Jets are really good, and they're on like a pace where they're gonna like win the division or whatever, no regular fan will ever be able to get into a seat for a regular season game. The tickets will be exorbitantly expensive, and it's Los Angeles, and people want to go to those games because SoFi's cool.
Yeah, but
that's the issue. I think more than anything is that how expensive this has become.
I disagree.
You don't think it's expensive?
No, I disagree that's why they don't have people showing up. I genuinely think no one cares because you have all these Niners fans that are traveling for the game.
You brought them in so late that it's like
it
was like you weren't bringing in like when Cardinals went from St. Louis to Arizona. There was no team in Arizona. People immediately were like, all right, now we have a team. I'm no longer going to be a Chargers or like a 49ers fan, even though a lot of people in Arizona are still 49ers fans. But like in LA, it was like you had you had the Chargers in San Diego, you had
Raiders and
the Raiders, and you had the Niners. You had teams close enough that you could choose a team.
Yeah, and the Chargers, and it's so they literally, I think, they don't have fans.
Also, you have two teams in the same stadium.
Yeah, you have two teams.
Well, that's not an issue.
No, but no one cares.
No, but
no one cares,
and
they both don't have fans.
Like you brought in two, like I guess San Diego is also them, but like you brought in this team into LA with another team in LA, like two teams in LA. It was like it's not like New York where they share a stadium because it's like those teams have been around for a long time. You bring in these two new teams into the stadium, it's like they have to choose.
They don't care.
And a lot of them chose the Rams because the Rams were successful pretty quickly in that stadium. But it's like,
but I also think this is emblematic of another issue, which the idea kind of got brought up actually in the Milwaukee Cubs series is that, and I've noticed this when I go to Seahawks games, the NFL has a problem with season ticket holders selling their seats to rival fans. It's like a genuine. The NFL.
Well,
the NFL either needs to. The NFL needs to do like league-wide, team-by-team season ticket holder clearouts, or they need to impose a lot stricter. I think the NFL should be set up like college football, honestly, where you have designated
or even
home sections.
like Premier League soccer. Like if you are a season, unless you are a season ticket fan, like unless you know that person personally,
you
can't go.
Dude, also it's
like you have to know that season ticket holder personally to get that ticket.
I'll go to a Seahawks-Vikings game. There'll be a Vikings fan in front of me, a Viking fan behind me. There'll be a dude in an Eagles jersey to my right. There'll be a dude in a Broncos jersey 2 rows that way. It's like, what are we doing?
That was a thing that I don't remember what team it was that cracked down on it, but they cracked down on season ticket holders. If you sold more than, I think it was half your season tickets or something like that, you weren't allowed to get more season tickets. But again, it's also
like a business. You buy a season ticket, you can make your
of
money.
course
back.
it's a business.
And the wait lists are insane.
You know how much
it's like
money
like
you can make?
You can make so much money just
if
by
your
buying
team,
season tickets.
If your
and
team is
selling it
good at football, you know how much money you can make, especially if your seats are good.
Even if your team is bad,
I'm on the
wait.
wait.
Playing 4 or 5 good
my family's on the wait list for
teams that are
Seahawks
gonna be
season tickets. It's like $75K. Like wait list, people wait list. But now what they're doing is you can actually, season ticket holders can sell like a package basically. Like they can sell off like 7 of their games to one person.
I mean, why wouldn't you though? You make so much. You literally make back all of the prices.
But then don't
that you
go.
paid.
You should be a season ticket holder if you're a fan of the team.
You're a fan of the team, but you're also a big fan of the green.
Yeah, but that's not how it should work.
Also, I think the
you
NFL
should only be allowed to. I think you should only be allowed to miss 2 games.
The NFL is also deeply kind of struggled.
And you're not even playing all of those at
But
home.
also, the NFL is a bit deeply.
Yeah, 2 home games. I'm saying
there's a bit deep issues with the NFL season ticket ways as well, where you have to buy your seat. You have to buy a seat license as well to have the ticket. So it's even more money added on to that, where you have the right to own the seat.
You also can't pass them
the
down
NFL,
through families either.
No. So it's so much more money. So think about the opportunity that, let's say the Jets are playing, I don't know, the Chiefs, and you could sell a ticket, both your season tickets for $500. You're making back $1,000 already. Why wouldn't I do that? Right. I apologize. Like, I don't really care about watching. I've watched the Jets get taken down by the Chiefs year after year. Why not just sell them off to another person and then make my money back and go to another game? You know what I mean?
It is.
This is from like a family members I have that have season tickets, and like have to sell off their tickets because one, they like aren't available, but also you can only take so much suffering as well as a fan of like watching a bad team play football.
Correct. I just came up with a good idea. We should do that. It's a little fun thing. Let's do our top 5 and bottom 5 fan bases in the NFL.
Ooh,
I have no idea.
I like that.
Number 1, New York Giants.
Number one, I think is Bills.
Bills is number 2.
Oh, no, we got to do it individually, though. We got to go, like...
Okay, yeah. Who's your number 1? Who's your best? I'll start with the Bills. Or
I would say Bills are my number 1 as well.
The Giants, because I'm a Giants fan.
Be serious for 1 second.
It's the Bills.
The Bills? Okay.
I am serious. I like the Giants
Number
fan base.
2, I'm going to go Packers.
I was going to go Packers for number 2.
I was going to go the Vikings. Am I crazy?
They were my 3.
Vikings are my 2. I like
the
There's really not much going on.
Chiefs are 4.
Chiefs are cool. I think I was going to go.
Chiefs have good fans. They have the loudest fans in the league. And then I'll put Seahawks 5.
I have the exact same ranking.
The Seahawks has genuinely
great segment.
Great segment. The Seahawks have genuinely fallen off. Like the 12th man is not the same as it used to be. Like
back in the day when they had like Russell, all those guys, like that was insane.
It's sad to see as a fan that goes to these games because like it really is not the same environment that it once was. It still gets loud, but
I was thinking about the Steelers, Brendan. I was thinking about the Steelers, but still, it's not going to happen.
I feel like you don't like Pittsburgh fans as a whole have gone downhill in the last.
Okay.
Ever since they won their Super Bowl against the Cardinals, it really is gone.
As much as I hate them as like people and as a fan base, and I think they're really annoying fans. Niners fans do travel insanely well. Niners fans...
My grandpa's a Niners fan.
Really?
Niners fans show out. They do show out to games.
I think for bottom of the rankings, who would be first on that list? Jaguars fans?
I've just never heard of like a Jaguar.
That's what I'm saying.
Besides,
They don't
Cowboys
besides
fans.
Trey.
Cowboy fans. Also
Cowboy
bad?
fans.
Cowboy fans number one.
Well, are we
Yeah,
talking
that's
like
like a
people
universal
we don't
number one.
like?
No, but like
Or just like-
bad fans. Cowboy
Yeah,
fans
Oh,
are number one.
Cowboys,
Niners.
Eagles.
Yep. It's a great
Um,
list.
What else are we thinking? Commanders.
No.
Not a big fan of the Commanders. Well, I'm a Giants fan, so it makes sense. But
I would
I'd
say
put
Cowboys. The
I'd
only
put
thing about
Steelers on that
Eagles is
list.
like true Eagles fans are like they're very almost
they're true
close
football
to
fans.
they're very
but
close to like Bill level, but it almost seems like it's only been like that the last couple years when they're like been good.
Well,
You know what I
Rams
mean?
have to go on my list because
Rams. I think Rams are up there.
Rams because they don't exist.
I think Falcon fans.
Yeah, but Falcons fans are hilarious because they're always in a
Also-
constant state of
Also,
agony.
Falcons fans, they don't exist either.
Yeah, they do.
No, they
Falcons
don't.
fans are real.
No,
My
they
roommate's
don't.
a Falcons fan.
You can go, yeah.
But he's also very
So is
fair.
Ari-
You're right.
So is Ari on the video production. It's your roommate and Ari are the only two guys that watch Falcons
Titans
games.
fans.
But like, what have Titan fans done to me? You know what I'm saying?
But, like, that's my point. I don't
It's
really
like, what
have
have
other
they done?
ones.
Period.
What
though?
have they done at all?
Yeah,
Saints fans are underrated good fans.
I think
They are
Saints
good
fans. I think
But they
I
have
was gonna
nothing to
say
watch.
that, and then I was gonna say they were bad at first because I feel like you meet a lot.
Katrina really changed.
But then
the game.
Katrina really changed it. Because
Yeah.
at first it was like if you don't watch football, you like the Saints for whatever reason. That's just kind of how it was.
Oakland Raider fans.
Oakland Raider
Mixed
fans are the
bag,
best.
either like the best or the worst.
Well, that was like OG fans. Everyone loved the Oakland Raiders. Everyone in the United States loved the Oakland Raiders.
Man, Jets fans used to be cool.
No, they weren't.
They did used
were
to be
not-
cool.
Oh, number 5 with Jets. Sorry, that was my bottom 5. The Jets fans are bad.
Yeah, Jets fan.
Jets fans are bad.
Jets fans just as
I
like
think Raider
sad
fans.
to watch.
Raider fans now aren't.
They aren't real. I
'Cause
mean,
there's
Vegas
no-
Raiders aren't a real
It's
thing.
the same thing as like the Golden Knights. It's like who's really a fan of the Golden
Yeah,
Knights?
it's
Well,
just-
it's like
When the A's go there, it's like who's really gonna be a fan of the A's?
the issue is that
Yeah.
it's like they're
They
relying
already
on
didn't have fans in Oakland. Like you think they're gonna?
you're
all of a
relying
sudden-
on tourism to really fund a lot of what's going on in Vegas, and that does work. But right now, Vegas is in a tour. Well, this is a different thing, but Vegas is in like a tourism
Well, like,
drought
but
at the
LA
moment.
LA also relies on that, but it's LA. Like you get people,
There aren't that
celebrities
many
live
people
there.
that live in Vegas.
Like no one, yeah, it's like they live outside of Vegas, sure, but
how
no
many
one
people
really
are going
lives
to Oakland
like, in-
Raiders games,
You also
or
need a card.
which
to-
is,
you,
by the way, is an insane stadium.
you
If
also
you've ever
can't-
seen that
yeah,
stadium, it's
I've
awesome.
flown over. You can't get to Allegiant Stadium. I don't think via public transportation.
really.
I
Well,
don't
there's
think
not
so.
like
Do
there's
they
probably,
have
there might be
public
a bus.
transport in
There's
Vegas?
probably a
It's
bus
like kind
stop.
of just
I
like
bet
in
there's-
the. It's like
yeah.
out of the way though.
When you fly in, it's just kind of like right
Yeah.
there.
Same thing with Minnesota Stadium.
Yeah, but people
it's
go.
it's insane. Like when you walk, you're like the Twin Stadium's in the city, and then like you go like slightly outside of the city, and it's just like
There.
not
Yeah.
even slightly out. It's like you go like it's like city, and then you get to the street, and it's like boom, middle of nowhere.
So we have some. Kurt, do you want me to?
I can. Do you want me to break the news? You can break the news. I mean,
It's
Real
great.
quick before we get into that, 1-1
is
Chelsea
pretty-
Liverpool at the moment.
this is pretty.
Mark Sanchez got stabbed in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis just broke, actually. In stable condition in the hospital. Fox just announced that. He was going to call the Raiders-Colts game. I don't really know reactions on this very much.
I mean,
think it's a very brand new story,
That's
but
sad.
it is very sad and rest up.
That's like the
Rest
second
up.
NFL player to get or NFL affiliated person to get attacked in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's not great. Rest up, Mark Sanchez.
Yeah. No, but that's actually
That is very
that's
sad.
crazy. That's so random too.
It's a
Who
random.
stabs Mark Sanchez?
Not sure. In Indianapolis, no
Okay,
less
Jets fans
either.
are moving up on my list right now.
All
Or
right.
Raiders fans might be moving up on my
Yeah.
list.
Whatever he claims.
Oh yeah, Skylar Thompson. Is that what you're talking about? Skylar
Yeah,
Thompson
got
getting mugged in
jumped.
Dublin.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. I don't get the violence that's going on against NFL affiliated people. But
Oh.
yeah,
I do have to say one thing that I think is important before we end the show.
what's up?
What they did to Kyron Lacey is a travesty, bro. We got to talk about that.
Break it down.
Okay. Serious topic of conversation. LSU star wide receiver Kyron Lacey gets in an accident where a military vet, a Green Beret vet, was tragically killed. And then people go on and make a bunch of comments about him online, and unfortunately ends up taking his own life. They released yesterday the footage. He was 70 yards behind the accident when it happened. How does that happen?
The issue is
How is that not like a day one like release? Like if you're his lawyer, like I feel like there's got to be so many people that this falls on the responsibility.
Well, the issue is now, and to take it serious,
serious.
Very serious. I'm saying, I think the issue is that everyone's very quick of judgment, and it's very hard. And being attacked online like the way he did, taking his own life, really it's a pretty big issue that this wasn't brought to attention before this, and now it's like, how do you really, like, you can't bring the person back. There's no attorney that can fix this. You know what I mean?
He should be suiting up tomorrow.
Yes.
In the NFL.
Yeah, he should be, and now he's not able to because it's a time now where we live in. The issue is very quick judgment and very quick trigger. Is the issue with a lot of people online, and I think that we have to. I guess we have to be a lot more not ready to, I don't know how to say it, but you understand what I mean, I think. Not ready to attack somebody immediately before the real facts have been presented.
I think it's, obviously I'm one to enjoy a little, like, hate tweet, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, but, like, for serious stuff, it is just crazy. I just am so shocked at, like, how that was, like, not like, the footage was just, like, gone.
It's a little bit of a weird situation.
We'll find out more information
as we keep looking into it. I think you'll see it a lot more, and I think that it's just things are gonna keep unraveling in the way that they did.
Yeah.
There'll be some kind of reason. For it, but we will see what happens with that case.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring that up because I'm like, I saw it yesterday. I was like, that's insane, and it's sports world, like, rocked by and it's something that happens all the time. Honestly, the car thing is crazy too, and specifically the SEC, like, big issue. Yeah, the
issue is that there's just some issues that have been going on around the game. I think a lot of it, and I think that just, like, things have to cool down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
gotta cool down. And with that, I think we're gonna wrap up this show just a little quickly. I want to break this down. We have 2 minutes, quick. What do you think of ties in the NFL?
Atrocious.
Only professional sport that's allowed to tie.
They need to adapt what college football does because there's no ties in college football, and having a 10-minute timer on an overtime is insane.
I think they should play college OT.
They should.
College OT is the best. College OT is the best overtime format by a mile.
I would say
you fix the overtime. If you fix the overtime system like they did in the NFL, where the first team that scores doesn't, like, win automatically.
Yeah, they fixed it, but then, like,
and then they did this.
There's still more problems.
But also, it's overtime. You should capitalize on the sudden death momentum of it and not make us watch, like, a boring drive down the entire field. Like,
a team could genuinely run the ball and run out the clock for 10 minutes straight, kick a field goal, and they win the game.
Yeah. It should be college rules overtime.
I think what's sad is that we probably saw one of the most premier games in football a few nights ago, Green Bay and the Cowboys, and we didn't get a winner.
Midnight
I was watching that till 1 a.m. Why was I doing that and then not getting a winner that decided it? I know Brendan was probably, like, kicking his feet, very angry about it. I was angry just because I wanted to watch a winner take all.
I needed the Packers to win that game.
Needed the Packers to win. But with that, I want to thank everyone who worked on the show today. Ari Patel was making the pictures move as our video producer. Brendan Shorey was pushing the buttons from behind the glass as our producer. For Max Spitza, Griffin Stevenson, I have been Kurt Sippel. Bobby C. is our sports director of WFUV, and One on One is a production of WFUV Sports.